Hold on. I have something to show you all. And here we go.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen.
Life happens. The unexpected, the uncalled for, the unintentional. We've been damaged emotionally. Damaged.
You go wait till 8, Grace.
It may be your.
What?
No, you're fine.
Oh. Okay.
I like it.
Oh,
I like that you're so ready to work.
well, you said let's go. So,
I mean, let's go. Let's get this energy in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. That's what I meant.
Real quick to catch you up, I had 3 people on the call. It was me, Deanna, well, include myself, it was 4. It was me, Deanna, Melissa, and Dion. And I told her, Carisha has a 6-year-old son, and we have a family group chat. And she said, my son broke my heart this morning. He said, Mom, I'm going to talk to God and tell him to bring grandma back. So everybody, give it karate emojis and stuff. I just said, oh, and I was just asking Deanna, hey, is there something I'm supposed to learn or no? And she was telling me some stuff, and then Dion came in and punching people in the face. But she was saying, hey, he said, Deanna said, yeah, he's a child. So he came to God. He went to God boldly. He said, I'm gonna tell God to bring grandma back. So when you start talking to God, just tell him, stop asking him, like as if you can. No, tell him what you want. I said, got it. And then Dion coming up in here, Reb, thought, what did grandma do? That was so, and I was like, wait a minute, Dion. So whatever your thoughts are, sir.
No thoughts. I have no thoughts.
You always got thoughts.
It don't matter. It ain't my time to think.
See how you do me, Jerome?
Yeah, I see. Yeah. And I like that move you pulled on me yesterday. That was smooth.
What I do?
Assembly of Wanderers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was smooth.
Oh yeah, it's time.
And listen to me. And I always got something to say.
I know.
No, he did. Oh, you shut me down. I said, I got something for you, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna hit a word of God from you. Yeah, buddy.
Antonio, I like what you said. It's not my time to think.
Yeah.
And I said that to Phil a few minutes ago because I had done all this stuff and he came in with more and I'm like, wait a minute. It's not my time to think. I just did that. I'm getting ready to get on the call.
Yeah. Well, no. What was said was already well said. I didn't need to say nothing after. Yeah, didn't need to say nothing. Okay, Grace, you can hit record.
Okay. Oh, it's recording now.
Okay, good then. Y'all, you gotta see my hair is all wet. I'm gonna do something with my hair today, so I have to wrap it up. But anyway, y'all just accept the nighttime hair.
Grace, is that a do-rag he got on his head?
I believe it is.
Well, not really. It's one of those. Well, I guess so. Whatever you want to call it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. I could pull them all out and hang them out the back, but anywho. All right, Grace, hit the record now. I mean, hit our video, and then I'll pick up.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen.
Life happens. The unexpected, the uncalled for, the unintentional. We've been damaged emotionally, damaged spiritually.
It may be your business. It may be your heart that is broken today. It may be the number in your bank account that is screaming, you are broke.
You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and all of those are gonna leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory, or it can be the mark of defeat.
It is staying with the breaking that produces the blessing. It is not what you go through that determines where you end up. It's who you listen to. Because I think right now, you are walking through a valley between two voices. One is wisdom, one is worry. One is gratitude, one is grumbling. One is blame, one is faith.
Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance for you to give up and for you to fall apart, but there's also opportunity to get stronger and get smarter and get faster and get tougher and get more stable and get more resilient and get better.
What I need you to do is I need you.
Yeah, it was more. You stopped the video.
You said 2 minutes.
You are like super literal. keep the video playing. You forgetting I'm talking to Grace.
He's accurate.
You to find a reason to keep going. And if you can find a reason to keep going, I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive.
The fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning. You have the opportunity to show the world what you are really made of.
I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. You don't need no support for it. There's some things in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this.
Regardless of what happens to you in life, regardless of the adversity, regardless of the opposition, regardless of the trial and tribulation, nothing can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. No situation, no circumstance, no piece of adversity can define your life. Never let a circumstance define you.
And I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I don't care what they say on paper. I don't care if you say we outnumbered. We live by this and we die by this. We don't retreat. We don't run. We gonna stand, we gonna live, and we gonna die by what we stand for, and everybody gonna know what we represent and what we're a part of.
I got staying power. I got staying power.
Be encouraged today that no matter what you walk through, no matter how broken your marriage is, no matter how many times you failed,
there is within you a spirit that is greater than whatever is going on around you.
If you would be willing to fight your way through this battle, fight your way through cancer, fight your way through that academic struggle, fight your way through divorce, fight your way through it. If you are willing to fight your way through that singing career, fight your way through boxing, fight your way through football, I'm telling you, at the end of the fight is going to come victory.
And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, as you rise above what you were, and as you take the form of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up, in the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.
All righty. Thank you so much, Grace. That was spot on. Fix his iPad. That was spot on, Grace. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be in front of you today. Typically, I would have feedback, but I want to skip all feedback. And I just want to tell you that we are right where we're supposed to be, whether we receive that or not. And if you have bought into anything around here, then congratulations, because your life is now in trouble. That's the way it works. It's the way it works. The fence around you is being tested, because before you do anything great, the opposite of what is great will show up in your life. So I invite all of you to get you a battle buddy. That's what we call them in basic training in the Army. Battle buddy means wherever your partner go, you go. Y'all go together, because Charlie out here can kill you. So we want to make sure you can tell which version of the Army I joined. And you need to be out here with a battle buddy. Get somebody that is going to not just keep you accountable, but keep you lifted. Not just keep you accountable, but keep you lifted. There are goals that we're going to set. I'm going to send out an email. Well, Grace, I'll have you send out an email for me to everybody. And in the email, one of the things I say is, keep going, keep failing, keep trying to do things around here that don't work, because every failure is one step closer to success. And I mean that. I absolutely mean that. Keep messing up. Keep not knowing what to do. The more you don't know what to do, the better this becomes. You keep not knowing what to do. At some point, a couple of things are going to change. You're going to change. I'm going to change. Or we going to die. And either one of those, I'm completely okay with living with. What I'm not okay with living with is comfort. That I'm not. Perfectly okay with the company dying, because I would have done every single thing that I said I was going to do, and I gave it my very best effort, and God saw fit that the plan wasn't good enough. I'm okay with that. Some of y'all need to hear it again. I am perfectly okay with losing when I have given my very best effort. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. None. I embrace losing. So that's going to happen. Or you going to change. I have no problem. I sleep well at night with you changing on your own. Doesn't bother me one bit. Or I'm going to change. I also have no problem with that. See, I can live with these three results. What I cannot live with is this pseudo idea that we're doing well when we're not. I can't live with that. I can't live with struggling paycheck to paycheck. I don't sleep well with that. There are a lot of things that I can't live with. I've just decided there are three things that I will, and that's okay with me. So we are going to win. Even in losses, we're going to win. So what is my major thing that I want you to take from this particular transparent section? Mess up and be okay with it. And if you don't know what to do, be okay with that too. But if you don't know what to do, then reach out to me. Something I need to do. If you don't know what to do and you ain't reach out to me, something you need to do. If you don't know what to do and don't neither one of us change, we gonna die. I'm okay with that too. This is the beauty of life. To enjoy every bit of it. So I want to end this particular section. Grace 20, I put the little agenda out so everybody can follow. I want to end this particular session by simply stating, I set a goal for November 30th, and Trinace actually texted me yesterday. She actually texted me yesterday. Let me push this back. Trinace actually texted me yesterday and said, today is the day. Yeah, no, that's today is the day. And she was right. She said, and then she said, what you were supposed to be doing, though? I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. I was supposed to be finishing the Phoenix, the app. Well, it wasn't just the app. I was supposed to be getting $100 million is what the real goal was. The real goal was $100 million. Today is December 1st, as of this recording. I did not complete that goal. That was loaded. I gave every single bit of my being to that goal, which means I've already completed it. While it has not shown up, I got you, Deanna, while it has not shown up into my reality, that is my little mind looking at my reality. My big mind knows that I accomplished what I set out to accomplish. Doesn't matter if God has showed up acting like God. There will be times that your God, or whatever you believe, will show up not acting like God. No, not my God. No, not me. You know what, Jerome? I didn't come here for you. I came here for the lost sheep. So move out my way, lady. You don't deserve nothing to eat. Oh, but master, please. If I could just get the crumbs that fall from the table. That is a great instant where God shows up not acting like God. And in that, we got to still have that faith that lady had. Oh, I hear you. But you still gonna bless me one way or the other. I give you one more just because, you know, Jerome like these little
Watch yourself.
You know, Jerome like these little hidden ancestral stories. King, we ain't gonna bow. You crazy.
Watch yourself.
We is not gonna bow.
We not.
God I serve ain't gonna make us get in trouble. But if not, we still ain't gonna bow.
Watch it.
We still ain't gonna bow. And sure enough, God did not show up until the fire.
Watch yourself with the until, okay?
Sometime, and just paying attention to the fire. The only thing that burnt on them boys was the rope holding them back. So
the only thing that burned was the only thing tying them down.
The only thing tying them down. So innovation.
Wait.
Deanna, you after this.
Jerome, he was just gonna fly over there like he ain't saying that. Wait a minute.
This is what he should be. This is what he should be saying at the end of this meeting. Okay. He started off like this.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if Jerome or anybody else ever thought about that, but I never thought about that in the story. The only thing that burned on them was the ropes holding them back. Wait a minute.
That's it.
So when you believe unconditionally, when you move forward, when you have the faith of a child, the only thing that's holding you down is the only thing that'll be destroyed.
What a heck of a way to start off a business meeting. I'm just saying. If I tell y'all, I have embraced this so well because I'm looking at the opposing forces doing everything they can to distract me. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at people who should not be in my life continuously. It's always the same one or two people continuously show me they should not be in my life. No anger, no problem. It's not that I have a problem, but you've mastered your life when you recognize, oh my God, I understand that's a trigger for you. That's a deeply rooted psychological issue. That has nothing to do with me. Give you another example. I'm looking at everything that I want to do work while everything not what I want to do show up. And the goal is to just embrace it all. Because when you lean into what should kill you, you become at harmony with it. Give you more examples. An earthquake only destroys the buildings vibrating at the frequency of the tectonic plates upon that moment. Your job is not to vibrate at the destructive forces against you. Your job is just to be. Just know that on November 30th, I did what I said I was going to do. And to borrow from Steve Jobs, it's the only way to understand this. But I can't connect the dots moving forward. It's only looking backwards will I recognize that on November 30th, I did it. I'm 24 hours, I'm not even 24 hours, I'm 8 hours removed from November 30th. So I can't see the dots. But give me 6 months. I'll be able to look back and see all the good things that have happened because of that challenge I put myself on. Deanna, you got 1 minute to come up. So I say again, in concluding this, give me that idea. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work. We're going to celebrate that it doesn't work. Give me that attitude. Doesn't matter if it's healthy. We're going to celebrate that you did not suffer alone. Whatever you can think of, mess up. Because the only people winning on this planet are messing up.
I do it every day. My bad. Just saying.
Listen, when I was doing a training with Anne Marie and Ida, and we were talking about that yesterday because Anne Marie was like, I don't want to mess up. And I was like, we are the same person. We are the same person.
I just thought of that, Grace. I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. I don't want to mess it up. Nope. But I learned that way too. I learned once I mess up, that's how I learn. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, because Ina was like, well, you gotta mess up so we'll know what to do when it don't work. I was like,
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I just want to share with everybody. I was watching a Christmas movie.
You might as well take over right here. Go ahead and do this and then go into your time.
Okay. I was watching a Christmas movie and Brandy Norwood was in it. And she said the most profound thing to her friend who made a huge mistake and destroyed some stuff and was leaving. She said, everybody makes mistakes. That's why they put erasers on the end of pencils. So I just want y'all to hold on to that one. Just hold on to that one. And with that being said, today I want to talk to y'all about healthy snacking habits for sustained energy. Because let me tell y'all something. I am a snacker and my snacking habits are not the best. I'm getting better though, Miss Susan. I'm getting better. I got my dried cranberries. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But let's talk about it. So I want to talk about something that's we often overlook it, but it plays a crucial role in our day-to-day lives. And it's our snacking habits for those of us who snack and those of us who don't. As we navigate the challenges of our busy work days, maintaining sustained energy is key to our productivity and our overall well-being. So let's get started by understanding why sustained energy is crucial. See, our energy levels directly impact our focus, our mood, and our overall performance. I'm going to repeat those. Our energy levels directly impact our focus, our mood, and our overall performance. So healthy snacking can be a complete game changer in achieving and maintaining that consistent energy throughout the day. But before we delve into positive habits, let's acknowledge some of the downfalls of the unhealthy snacking. So foods in high sugar. Y'all know yesterday when I was talking to so foods with high sugar, like these little thingies right here, these things are horrible. They're the little bites, the little muffins. They are absolutely horrible. They're the worst thing you could possibly snack on. Told you, Miss Susan, I'm getting better. I still fall short. I still fall short. But foods that are high in sugar, processed carbs might give us a quick energy boost, but it's often followed by a huge crash, leaving us feeling fatigued and less productive. How many of y'all after lunch is like, yeah, you're on a clock, like right after you eat, like maybe an hour, 2 hours later, it's time for you to take a nap. Or after you snack a certain way, like 30 minutes later, you're like, man, feeling a little, but they do, Tony. They taste so good. Well, when we snack like that, the energy drinks that we drink, sometimes even the little cereal bars that we eat, because they're processed and they're high in sugar, we'll get that quick energy boost, but then our body has to make up for us doing a quick this instead of a gradual. Our body has to make up for that quick burst. So we crash and we're left feeling fatigued and less productive. So what should we look for in a healthy snack? Well, ideally, you want something that's a combination of macronutrients, which is like protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. And with this combination, it provides a steady release of energy and helps keep you satisfied until the next meal. So you want like a mixture of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can you repeat what you look for in a healthy snack?
Oh, they're called macronutrients, but you want protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. And I'm about to give you like a little snack, some snack ideas. So I got you, Grace. I got you. I ain't gonna just throw it out there like that. And I'll even put them in chat. So some snack ideas that has this balance. You have your Greek yogurt with berries and a sprinkle of nuts. You have hummus with carrots or cucumber sticks. You have a trail mix with a variety of nuts and dried fruit. And when you do your nuts, you don't want like the roasted or the salted or anything like that. You just want the all natural. And then some apple slices and almond butter. So these are some of the snacks that you can, this is just an idea. You can do your research.
Brianna?
Yes, ma'am.
Another one, if people don't have time for that, is, to get a protein shake.
Yes.
And I like the Garden of Life. I'm vegan, so I don't do any dairy or any of that. But if you do that and put a little bit of fruit, but not too much fruit because fruit has sugar. The whole idea of this is to gradually eliminate sugar from your diet. And that doesn't mean to replace it with artificial sweeteners. Those are even worse. So not stevia, not any of that stuff. Always look for the label of anything you buy. Look at the ingredients before you buy it. Put it in your cart. If it has all these things that you can't pronounce, put it back.
Yes. You can't
another
pronounce.
thing is artichokes. Artichokes are good. You can get them in little cans or get that artichokes. That's really good. Some oatmeal with a little bit of fruit will give you energy to add to those that I'm thinking of common things that are easy to have in your pantry. And that's the way I have. I mean, I went this route because I had to many years ago. And it really changed everything for me. And what Deanna is saying is so true. Take it all in. And if I can help you in any way, let me know.
Thank you for offering your assistance, Miss Susan. Y'all, seriously, if you have any questions, definitely ask Miss Susan. Miss Susan healed herself through eating.
Yeah, get Sonia. I think Sonia was going to say something too.
Go ahead, Miss Sonia.
I was just going to say, if you're diabetic like I am, you have to watch what fruits you have though too, because they have natural sugars. Like I can have some strawberries, but I can't have a lot because there's so much natural sugar in them. But I can have blueberries out the wazoo. So you just have to be very cautious of that too, because the natural sugars can really screw you up as well.
There you go. So
That's
thank
so
you.
true. The blueberries are the best, and you don't want your snack to be fruit all the time because that's sugar. You know, a
Yeah.
little bit of fruit, like Deanna said, mixed with a protein and a healthy carb together. So people just tend to run to the fruits and say, I'll just eat a banana, and the banana is kind of one of the worst.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So
Granola is
I'll
really
do
good.
oatmeal in the morning and put some blueberries on top, and that gives
Mm.
me an extra thing. And then, you know, I
Mm.
don't eat it on, I'll keep it at my desk and snack on it through the day for extra energy.
Yeah, and if you take artificial sweeteners, why that isn't good is because your brain, yeah, you teach your brain things. Your brain still thinks it's sugar. And you still have, often you can have the same responses of your body, like insulin responses. So yeah, so as long as if you take diet soda, you will still stay in that unhealthy cycle with your hormones. Yeah.
One thing I learned from you, you know, she has her own gardens and all these beautiful things. And when we did the Strength Finder, we ended up, you know, we talked about these things, and she really is amazing in how she lives her life.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I talk to my plants. I really do.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, but I really like, oh, sorry, I hurt you, but I have to sometimes just so that you grow better or something, but I will explain. But sometimes I can really say like, oh, I stepped on this and I heard it. So I really am very conscious about all that. And I live like that. Yeah.
You're actually doing something, you're indirectly doing something to your plants because plants have memory. And when you talk to them and when you apologize to them for hurting them, they'll actually continue to grow. But if you just disrupt them or cause any pain to them, they will stop growing. So what you're doing, you're actually indirectly encouraging your plants to grow when you do that by apologizing to them for hurting them and talking to them. So I did a whole, my brain, I have questions. So
oh yeah, yeah, my children would say, so what are you saying? And so now they're doing it as well. So, and they all love plants and vegetables fresh. So they don't eat anything like, yeah, freeze dried, yes, but they don't want anything that comes from the store. So they don't eat it. They just don't eat it.
that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you, Ina. Thank you, Miss Susan, and thank you, Miss Sonia. So if y'all have any questions, please reach out. But also don't forget the power of hydration.
Yeah.
Often our bodies mistake thirst for hunger. How many of you have just been so hungry before and you ate and you really didn't need to eat? You just really needed to drink a cup of water. Yes, your body will mistake thirst for hunger. So I want to encourage you all to keep a bottle of water at your desk and stay hydrated throughout the day. Now, beyond
That's
snack,
the best thing, Deanna.
yes,
To reinforce that with the water. Really, the only thing you should be drinking is water and some coffee or some tea, like green tea. But any of those drinks that you add other things in, I mean, pure water is the best instead of water with this or that in it. And you're just wasting money on it anyways. You're buying water with additives in it, and they're expensive.
What I do is I have a bottle, you see, with the hours when I need to drink. So, and then I also do an app on my phone that blinks every 10 minutes, every quarter of an hour if I forget. But this really helped me. I have to do it in a glass, but you have like from like 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. So, and then I can see, oh, those are 2 hours gone that I didn't drink. So, and I have to do it. If I don't do it like this, it won't happen.
I have a cup like that too. Of course, mine is colorful. But I do
So I
understand.
need to see what's in there. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, Ina. And those, you can buy those, like I got mine from, well, actually I took mine from my mom, but you can find them on Amazon. She wasn't using it, it was brand new. She hadn't used it yet. She was like, oh, go ahead, take it. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. So beyond the types of snacks, let's talk about how we snack. See, mindful snacking involves being present.
Deanna, before you do that, now you
Yes,
know
sir.
one present you can give your mom for Christmas.
Yeah, she bought another one. I saw it the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she got her one. It's a small and cute one too. I was like, ooh, I like it. I was like, wait, no, Deanna, you already have one. I have a thing for cups, y'all. So I'm trying to behave. I have like a whole box of cups, and they're still in the box because I don't want nobody else to use them, which is horrible. Yeah, because they're my cups. Uncle Romy Roll, I have a cup thing, just like I have an office supply thing. But so mindful snacking involves being present while eating, savoring each bite, and recognizing when we're satisfied. This practice helps prevent overeating, and it promotes a healthier relationship with food. How many of you know and understand that you do not have a healthy relationship with food? When you're present and you savor each bite and you don't rush through it, you'll recognize when you're actually satisfied. And then it becomes, instead of you eating for the wrong reasons, you'll begin to have a healthier relationship with food. So let's navigate office snacking because it can be a challenge. So here are a few tips. If you work at home, plan and pack your snacks the night before. If you go to an office, plan and pack your snacks the night before. If you are retired, plan and pack your snacks the night before. And then create a designated snack area with healthy options. So for me, how I do it is I put a small table next to my desk. And I line out my snacks and I put my bottle of water there. And then depending on my mood, I'll also line up my lunch, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well, because sometimes I'm here to dinner time. But when you create a designated snack area with the healthy options, you have no choice but to eat what's already prepared. And then encourage your team members to share their favorite healthy snacks. So I want to encourage all of you, because we have a designated chat area. Share what your favorite healthy snacks are, because there may be something I never thought of. Like I love avocados with pico de gallo and oil and vinegar with some pepper on it, of course, but that's one of the snacks that I enjoy. So it's not just about the physical energy. Our snacks can impact our mental well-being too. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like walnuts and chia seeds can support brain health and improve cognitive function. And Antonio has this wonderful like pudding type thing that he does with chia seeds and just a few bananas. He puts some oats and some almond milk. Oh my God. And he puts it in a mason jar. And I was like, okay, he said, you only need a little bit at a time. And I started eating some. I'm like, oh, this is good. And then I realized I kept eating and I kept eating and I kept eating. And my mason jar that I had was supposed to last me, maybe like a couple of days. And I ended up killing it in like a couple of hours. And I felt ashamed of myself. But then I was like, wait a minute, no, they're chia seeds. Everything in this mason jar was extremely healthy. It was almond milk, chia seeds, a little bit of banana, a little bit of honey. I think he put something else up in there too. I can't remember.
Nope, don't put nothing else up in there.
It was
and
all
you didn't even
natural.
have a banana. You had a third of a banana.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole
because
it was just like,
because it went across multiple mason jars. I only used one banana.
yeah, it was like just enough to just have the flavor of a banana, and it wasn't strong or potent at all. I was like, perfect. No, he didn't put honey in it because the banana was the sugar for, and he said, and he, like he said, he did it across multiple mason jars. So things like that. And so, yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure he did this, but for everyone here, with the chia seeds, you want to soak them overnight because then they expand and that's when they really taste good. And just remember that honey is sugar. You can't replace your sugar with all kinds of honey for everyone, maybe a dab or so.
I don't even like honey.
I have a whole thing of it, and I'm just like, I don't need that, you know, and I'm not touching it anymore. I don't need it. I'll put cinnamon, sprinkle a lot of cinnamon on something and sprinkle ginger on it, and that gives it, you know, some sort of substitute for any honey or sugar, and it helps. And, you know, you can gradually get to that. I mean, the best thing you can do is to eliminate any sugar from your diet, and you'll feel so much better and you won't crave it anymore.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And when Deanna pigged it out, there was no calories in this thing. It was 0 calories. Yeah,
Wonderful.
Eat as much as you want.
It's the greatest snack ever. And he did do that. Thank you, Miss Susan. Antonio did soak them first. He did do that first.
It's on the way to eat them.
Yeah.
In fact, I say 0 calories. I think the almond milk would have been the most calories, and that was what, 13 calories. You know, non-sweetened almond
10.
milk. Yeah,
you got the
yeah.
And
I've also started making my own almond milk from scratch. But keep going though.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so again, it helps support brain health and improve cognitive function. Consider implementing a workplace culture that supports healthy snacking. This could include wellness challenges, sharing healthy recipes, or even organizing group activities like a healthy snack potluck. Now, because we're all spread out, we can't do a potluck, but what we can do is we can share our recipes, and then we can hop online and we can all fix like a small dish from each recipe and then have our own little in-house potluck and share it online. That's something that we can do together. But what it does is it just encourages and it helps us support healthy eating, healthy snacking, as well as healthy eating, seeing as pretty much all of us work from home. So we don't get up and move around like we would if we were in an office space. So our snacking habits play a vital role in our overall well-being and productivity. By adapting healthy snacking habits and promoting a supportive culture, we can contribute to a workplace where sustained energy and optimal performance are the norm. So I want to thank you for your time. And let's make conscious choices about what we snack on and create an environment that fosters the well-being of our team. And this has been your quality of life check for the day.
All right, great job. Absolutely great job. I was making a note of something you said. Fantastic.
Antonio, before you get started, Deanna, can I say something too on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Eating habits and stuff. What I come to find out, and I've been doing this for a long, long time, but I started, you know, early on, you know, stop filling my plate. And when I eat, everybody should try. If this is you trying to lose weight and get your stomach to shrink to where it needs to be so you can continue to do this. Start when you have dinner or whatever, when you sit down for dinner. Instead of using a normal plate, start filling your plate with a saucer. Try that for your dinner and just see if that works for you. I know you might still be a little hungry or whatever, but start trying it that way and just fix your plate and use the salsa and sit down and have everything with dinner with the family or whatever. But use a salsa. Try doing that. That's all I wanted to say.
No, thank you for sharing. And just for everyone, know and understand that when you start eating healthier, you're going to get hungry more. That's why you drink more water, but also your stomach is going to shrink naturally. So as you're doing this, don't think something's wrong with you. No, nothing's wrong with you. If you're getting, that means your metabolism is speeding up. You're putting healthier foods in your body. Your stomach is shrinking, so you are going to eat smaller meals. You're going to get fuller faster, and you're going to get hungry faster. But that's where the healthy snacks come into play. And drinking the water. That's why you keep the water and the healthy snacks next to you.
Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper.
Huh. Thank you,
Wait,
Mr.
say that again.
Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. I got it right. Yes.
Got it. I have a question to Susan. Because I found out about the oatmeal, and it has, I can't remember the word, start with a P, phytic or something, phytic, which prevents absorption of the stuff that the body needs, like iron and zinc and some other stuff too, calcium. It stops your body from absorbing those things. So is there like a vitamin that you could recommend to help the body to replace what's being pushed out because of oatmeal? Because I love oatmeal, which is one of the reasons I
I
did some
quit eating
research
oatmeal
about
a
it,
long
but it
time
stopped.
ago because
Say
of
again?
that situation. Yeah, I quit eating oatmeal a long time ago because of that situation. And so I hadn't eaten it in a long time, but there's 1 or 2 different brands, they're organic, that is not in it. These are grown on, farms of organic, and those things are not part of it, and it's not the ingredient. I can't remember which one I'm getting now. And so I just started back eating a little bit of oatmeal, but that's not in there. You can find that. And you're absolutely right, Sonia, about that with the oatmeal.
Okay.
So if you're eating your Quaker oats right now, I wouldn't be eating them. So, that's why chia seeds and things like that, they swell, and some of the other things that you can put in, other than that, is better. And again, a good protein drink without any sugar in it. No sugar. I also do super greens, the powdered super greens. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're getting so much in there. So I have a protein with the super greens every morning. And I just now am back eating that particular brand of oatmeal. And I don't do it every day because I'm still a little cautious about it.
All right.
In our sprout
Thanks for
farm.
bringing it up.
Yeah, I definitely was going to ask about that super greens because that's one of the things that I use, and I was wondering if I was doing the right thing because I love oatmeal. However, I definitely had a problem with iron and zinc, so I definitely had to have those.
Susan, you have to find out what brand that is.
The blood
What'd you
flow.
say?
You have to find out what brand that is so you can recommend it.
Yes,
I'll go
please.
look at it right now and come right back and report on it.
Tell them about our sprout farm.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll tell
you.
you one of the best. You could eat a big plate full of broccoli, or you could have a little handful of broccoli sprouts, and the broccoli sprouts are, a whole lot more nutritious, like 5 times than the big plate of broccoli. And it's so easy. I got I do
That's weird you should
sprouts.
say that because Susan, I can only not how do you say? I can only eat the
Digest?
tree part, the top part of the
Yeah.
broccoli. Is that strange?
No, I don't really like the other part that much either. But
Okay.
the sprouts you can get, we have one that's a stackable 4 stack, and it's on my
Okay.
kitchen counter. And I put the seeds. I have broccoli seeds and another kind of seed, and it's four trays stacked up. It's about this
Okay.
big, and I make sprouts, and they're ready in like 3 days.
Oh wow.
And then
Okay.
I mean, when I put just a little spoonful on our plate next to a big thing of broccoli, I'm realizing that that little thing of sprouts has more nutrition than
Right,
all
right.
broccoli. So if anybody wants that, let me know and I can send you. Oh, there it is. Phil has it. That's hard to see with Phil. You have to sit down. There it is. And the ones in the middle are, and then you pour water on it twice a day and it sprinkles down in. It's really cool. Right on your counter all winter long.
Okay.
And it's
I'm
very
not
nutritious.
able to see what you have, Phil.
I can send it to you.
Okay, please.
Because that'll help you. And once you make it's not even expensive. I can't remember if it's like $20 for that thing. And it lasts forever.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to explain it to me,
Yeah.
because I really don't like not having the best things for myself, because I have been learning to pay more attention to Sandra, take care of what Sandra needs. And God knows I've gotten that beginning in depth of it, I would say, from being here with the community. So to be able to bring that, which may seem small to someone else, is big to me, because I love oatmeal and I love spinach and I love broccoli, but there are some things that I can't do. You know what I mean? So to be able to have this information helps me. So I figured I'd just ask. Thank you so much.
Hi,
Love you,
Susan.
Susan.
Hi, yeah, thank Susan. Great, Sandra. Susan, you spoke about a protein drink that you drink every day. Do you decide what kind of protein you need, or any protein you do? I mean,
I get mine from Amazon, but I see I've been getting it in Publix, so I think that other grocery stores have it. That's not the right container for that. That's not the right one, Phil. That's not what I get. I just save that container. I save containers and use them for other things. But I get the Garden of Life.
Garden of Life.
Garden
Okay.
of Life, and with no sugar added. And believe me, it's vanilla flavoring, so you don't even notice that there's no sugar. And then
Oh.
I get the super greens.
So
and
be
mix that in
mindful of
with it.
sugar in whatever it is you partake of. You want to be out
I
of
don't
sugar.
do any sugar. I got, yeah, the only sugar I have is natural from blueberries or whatever.
Oh, thank you.
I'll look it up on Amazon and put it in the chat.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
Susan,
Right,
you got to
go
get him
ahead, Joe.
trained. You got to get him trained.
Oh yeah, he was doing good. He went to help me, so.
Yeah, I was gonna give you some time to go. We were gonna talk about nothing, so you gonna get that brand you said you was gonna bring, whatever. Deanna, you can wrap it up.
Oh no, I am all done. I am all done.
Okay,
I
well,
thank
we'll
you all
see
so
what y'all
much.
get excited about. Certain topics, y'all go. Just keep on going. So that's good. A healthy community. Healthy community. Yes, I don't eat none of this stuff. I stay away from all mucus causing foods. That's why my weight has been fantastic, and why my body is sculpting itself. I don't do none of this stuff at
I got
all.
down on Antonio years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on him years ago, and it
Years
has
ago.
stuck, and he he's a living proof of it.
Living proof. Living
Sorry.
proof. No,
Yeah.
I feel younger
Hard
than
to take
ever.
over a little bit.
No. That was perfect. That was perfect. And Deanna, you obviously picked a good topic. I think that was Janice. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to say something too to everybody. The biggest thing that you're gonna have to have, that's with dieting, changing your habits, getting healthy or whatever it is you gotta have the willpower, you gotta have the courage, you gotta know this is what you want to do. Gotta have the courage to change it. You got to. If that don't happen, then I don't care what you do, it's not gonna work. Don't matter. It's not going to work, especially with dieting. It's just not. You gotta be persistent. You gotta, I do a shake too every morning. Every morning I got to do that. But see, I learned this though, because I had to go through the process to get a kidney. And we'll talk about that Wednesday. But I'm just saying, you gotta have it. You got to. When you start it, and I can specifically talk about the dieting part of it. Because that willpower and that courage and that strength, and it gets hard. But like I said, start out with smaller plates.
Yeah.
And you just change everything. You like everything that makes you happy, because you're gonna be depressed and you're not gonna stick to it because it's gonna be too hard. So you have to just mold it down and start taking things away. And like I said, if you start with that salsa for dinner, you'll see it if you stick to it. You know what I'm saying? And it even with healthy food and healthy eating, your portions they can make you fat too. Oh, it's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy. And just eating and still while you're gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's portions. You get that out of control, and that courage and willpower and strength enough to do it. And when you start seeing results, it's going to get easier and easier because your stomach and everything is shrinking. And the water too. And if you want to keep your kidney, please drink your water. Okay, that's it.
No, absolutely. That's actually one of the most important things that's been said so far. The portion control. And that's when everything clicked for me. Suda kept getting on me, but I was with Sheena for quite some time, and she has a body like she has plastic surgery. So half of this is genetic lottery, but the other half is she, it's definitely genetic lottery. The other half is she watches her portions. I would look at my plate versus her plate, and they were two totally different. And I realized that over time that portion control she had mastered. So that's definitely something. Now I'll tell you what I do, and then we'll move on to something I sent to Grace. But I do not recommend what I do. What I do is a very Muslim thing. I'm just going to tell you right now, and I actually got it from the book, Eat to Live. No, other way around. Yeah, eat to live, not live to eat. I only eat once a day at 6 p.m. Now, I didn't tell you, right, no doubt, I didn't tell you to do this. And I know you're gonna have plenty to say about it because that's all fair. However, my body can handle it. Plus, I make sure it's after 6. And there's different reasons, and I'll explain to you very quickly. Just remember that our ancestors didn't walk around eating 3, 4, 5 times a day. They didn't have time. There was no TV during the Paleolithic period. They didn't have time, Jerome. They just didn't have time to do that. They were hunting buffalo. So they just didn't have time to do that. That's number one. But it's also called intermittent fasting, in which there's plenty of ways to intermittent fast, plenty of ways to do so. I just eat once every 24 hours. I need to tell you, my portion is under control. My that calorie count would be somewhere. It never goes over 2,000 ever. It never goes over 2,000. It's normally never even there because I eat a lot of vegetables, and as Susan would teach you, you can pretty much just chow those things down. I eat plenty of vegetables. Now, none of this is advice. I'm just telling you what I do. The reason why I eat after 6 is because when I don't, Susan, I do stupid things at 9 o'clock at night and 10 o'clock at night. So I make sure that's all I do is I just drink water all day. All I do is drink water. Occasionally now, black coffee, just straight black, just coffee. And it's typically it's a high end coffee now, because when you don't eat all day and you only drink coffee, you can taste the difference in quality of coffee. I can assure you that when you don't put nothing in it. So it has to be a high end coffee for sure. It has to be something like that. And that's what I do. I drink all day until 6. And that had to be exactly. So some days I'd be like, man, I can't wait to 6. Some days I don't. It doesn't stop me from running miles. It doesn't stop me from working out, because my body is using the whatever I already got in me, plus the fat around my stomach. The fat around my stomach is being eaten up in itself. When I want to do something stupid, the only reason I said that, because this is what I'll tell you. This is 100% what I do when I want to do something stupid. And I wish I would have thought about it. And I recognize, it took a while for me to recognize, I don't want sweets. My mouth tastes nasty. I'm trying to help y'all out. I don't want sweets. I haven't eaten. So now I have morning breath in the middle of the day. And my brain only knows get sugar. It'll take care of that. So we end up craving sweets. We're not craving sweets. You want that taste out your mouth, but you can't cognitively just come to that conclusion. So what I do now, whenever I want to do something stupid, I go brush my teeth. Let me tell you why. Because nobody wants toothpaste and then orange juice, toothpaste and then chocolate, toothpaste and then hamburger meat. There's no way that if you ever want to not eat, put a glob of toothpaste in your mouth, I can assure you that you don't want nothing else after that. That's what I've been doing. And I've been doing it now for at least 3 years. I put toothpaste in my mouth and it kills the urge to do anything stupid. So
I've always carried it in my purse, my toothbrush and toothpaste,
Yep.
and wherever I've worked, I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, even with the Les Brown thing. I'd be in there brushing my teeth. Girls would be
Very
asking
smart.
me, and then they started doing it.
That's very smart, super smart. And sometimes I don't even brush my teeth. Sometimes I just get the toothpaste and do this and put it right on my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do.
I do that. I've done that. If I'm carrying it in my purse, I can just, get a little bit. And I put this in the chat, and the grass has really good stuff in it. Spirulina, all those things are some of the best things, and you're getting probiotics, all that. I think, Antonia, you've done some of this before. I remember sharing it with you.
Yep. And it works too. It works.
Yeah,
it works.
right there,
it
you're
works.
getting more nutrition than you could ever get in a refrigerator full of vegetables.
Yep.
And this time of year, it's best to kind of get frozen vegetables, because you can't get the other, but frozen is much better than canned. Canned stuff.
Oh yeah, it might as well be processed all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
This will help everybody with your energy levels, so we can all do more.
That's right. Do
Make
more, think
money.
more.
Yay.
I know, right? And play with the grandkids, and and get up without grunting.
You can also take those whatever the vegetables or the fruit and freeze them. I use in my shakes, I'll just take whatever I have in the freezer. So like your blueberries, they go bad quickly if you put them in the freezer, and then just take a handful, put them into your shake. it not only keeps it cold, but you got the nutrition to go along with it.
And you pretty much just made blueberry ice cubes at that point. So now your shake is chilled.
I have found buying frozen berries. I get a blend of berries or sometimes just blueberries in a big bag, frozen, and actually they're more nutritious than the ones that you get. A lot of times frozen is more nutritious because by the time it is delivered to the store and sits there, it's losing nutrition. When it's frozen, it's at the peak of nutritional value when they freeze it, and that stays there. So don't feel like you're not getting as good when you buy frozen. Most of the time you're actually getting better, unless you go to the farmer's market and get it right then and they've just picked it, which we can do in Florida, right? Yeah.
Buddy, Florida
Farmers
is
market every weekend.
Yes.
Yep. I go every Wednesday morning too. Love it. It's the best.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing about Florida, Texas, these kind of places with this kind of climate and environment. We have the opportunity to do great things like that. So no, good job, Deanna. Good job. You obviously sparked a 45-minute health conversation. So good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I'm sure everybody took notes, and we got some professionals here for sure. For me, I'm different. I'm not different. I'm vain. I don't care about eating healthy. I eat healthy because I want to look good naked. This is the reason. I don't care about Susan cares a different way. I care because I want to be awesome. Whatever your motivation is, run that. Just make sure you can hold on to it. It goes back to what Janice was saying. Just make sure you can hold on to it. Go ahead, Phil.
Susan looks good naked.
But there you go. So she's made some good eating decision choices for sure. And the very last thing that I think I can contribute to the conversation is I just stopped trying to lose or release weight, period. That's no longer my goal. That has nothing to do. Now, again, this is not advice. It just is demoralizing for me when
it really is.
For me, okay, Grace gets it. It's demoralizing for me. I don't know what to tell you. So I just wrap around my head that if I just do the right thing, if I eat healthy, I'll kickstart my metabolism, which as a man would do something like 2,500 calories a day, assuming that I am of some sort of health. So now, some sort of average health. So now I just don't need to be stupid and do 3,500 calories a day in eating if I'm not going to burn 1,000 calories. So I get this. I also understand that it takes 7,500 calories burnt to burn 1 pound. And that really makes me want to choke everything. That's a lot of work. I don't know if you understand how hard it is to burn 7,500 calories. So keeping that at the forefront of my mind, Susan, I'm not fit to do that. I'd be damned if I'm just fit to do 7,500. Look, to burn 1 pound is 7,500 calories on average. So what I do is I just recognize over 1 week, just don't be stupid, and you'll lose 2 pounds. And after a year, 52 weeks times 2, Grace, is still what all over the world?
104.
That's a whole different approach I have now. I'm not trying to lose, release, forget all that. Just don't be stupid. And
Antonio,
after a year, yes, ma'am.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the reason I said start out with the 1,200 calories.
Yep.
But that 1,200 calories is going to train you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want to, 1,200 calories. If you want to have cake, okay, that's what you have. Look at the cake. If you want half of it, whatever, eat that. But that's part of that 1,200 calories. So this how you discipline yourself. Do you want cake all day for my whole 1,200 per day? Or do I want to split this thing up and eat me some food all day long? You know what I'm saying? It's just that 1,200 calories. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Either you eat what's going to get you full, where you can make it through the day and the energy you need, or you're going to eat the junk, what Deanna was saying, how you get that sugar high and drop right then. Or this is going to discipline you, you know, if you
absolutely.
do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. Eating well, you get to eat more. If you eat well, you get to eat more.
And you'll find out that you're not hungry all the time. Now, when I get up, I need to have my shake in the middle of the day or whatever. I'm chilled or whatever, but I'm going to eat before. If I want to use my whole 1,200 calories for that one meal, that's my choice. So everybody's an individual, and you have to choose and decide, you know, how you're going to handle this.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's a great point.
Yeah.
If she gonna get 1,200 calories and she want to do that by 9 a.m., all right. What you gonna do next? Now, let me, because you just brought up another point that I want to tell everybody. If you're tracking your calories and you eat a piece of cake and you know you got 800 calories left to spare, eat your cake. If you don't have 800 calories to spare, Grace, and you eat your cake anyway, and now you 800 calories over, relax. Ain't no sense in you killing yourself with negative energy too. Just know tomorrow you owe 800 calories. Tomorrow you owe.
To take
the problem with eating the cake and the sugar is it's going to make you continually crave that.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to eat more. That's why eliminating sugar from your diet for many health reasons. But
it's
then
worse
you
than
won't
cocaine.
be craving food anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most deadly drug on the planet.
Yep.
Our processed sugar is the most deadly drug on the planet. It should be illegal what we're doing, but lobbying. But if you look at what is killing more people, more than terrorism, more than car accidents, it is sugar.
Sugar. And that's what I'm saying too, how this will discipline you. And the more
Absolutely.
you know, like just learning about the sugar and what it does, the more you know about a thing, the better you
Absolutely.
can
No.
and better
absolutely.
better choices you will start making yourself of your 1,200 calories per day.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Susan was absolutely right about the cake and sugar. I think that was Jennifer to go. Just give me 1 second. If you're going to be stupid, Grace, be stupid. It is what it is. Because you already did something physically you don't need to add the law of attraction to it. You just don't need to, compound it on both sides. But tomorrow, you owe me 800 calories. You get it? So it's not about being perfect every day. If you know you done jacked yourself up today, all right, no problem. You owe me 800 calories tomorrow. Now, you can go caloric deficit, you can eat less, or you owe me a 2-mile run. I don't know. But you owe me 800. 800 calories is owed to the board. You understand? You owe me 800 calories. If you go over 800 today, no worries. Relax, have fun, enjoy your life.
So
but tomorrow,
what are you saying, Antonio? Like if you're going over the 1,200, are you speaking for yourself? How what are you saying?
I was using 1,200 as a base just because you said it. But okay, I know
but I don't think they should suffer the next day because, like I said, the 1,200 calories, they're learning what's gonna be best for them, and I don't think that I don't start out like if I do go over my 1,200 calories right now, tomorrow I'm like, okay, well I didn't get that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna take away from my calories for my mistakes yesterday.
Right. No, you know and I agree with you 100%. We just having two different conversations. I'm on the conversation. Okay, yeah. I'm on the conversation assuming you were 300 pounds like Antonio was and is now on the I'm going to lose 154 pounds in a year, 2 pounds at a time. That's the conversation because it's still science, it's still math. 2 pounds at a time, a week. So in that particular case, your body is still going to filter this stuff out the way it's going to do it. So you're absolutely right, Janice. You're absolutely right. Grace, Antonio, everybody else hiding, just take it easy. Take it easy and go outside and play basketball. Go walk while listening to music. Because if you, this is the thought process here is, if I ate crazy for Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it, okay, time to go outside to go play now. You got to burn it. You got to burn it one way or the other. Or
if you can't go outside with the weather, turn on your favorite music and dance.
There you go.
Dance around the house.
There you
it's
go.
Fun.
There you go. You get my
shake
point.
Around.
All right. So when I said 800 calories owed to the board, I mean scientifically, the body is not negotiating with what you did. So you might as well. And one of y'all brought up artificial sugar. It's 400 times worse than sugar. And they so slick. They say sugar free. Well, yeah, sugar cane free. Not all them strange names Susan was talking about. We can't pronounce free. It's 400 times worse. Okay, so I get these few hands, and then Grace will finish share her screen in a second. Let's go with Anne Marie first, and then Sandra. I don't know. Are those the only two hands over, Grace? Oh no. Yes. And then Deanna, you got to jump in there. I think you was going to say something. My bad, Deanna. Go ahead, Anne Marie.
I posted it.
Okay.
So what I wanted to say is we don't gain weight overnight. We need to be patient with ourselves.
That's
and
right.
It's slow. We takes a long time to gain weight. It takes a long time to lose weight.
7,500 calories.
Yep.
It's 7,500 calories.
That's right. That's
what
why
it
I'm
takes.
saying. That's what I'm saying is, because it ain't just overnight, okay, diet today, and then I'm gonna be done lost my weight, and then the next week you fat again because you
Right.
can't help it. You can't help
it.
it.
And Janice, you shouldn't even call yours a diet. What you talking about is lifestyle. You are
lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
I live a lifestyle, but you got to get there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I live a lifestyle. I'm not tripping if I want to have this, and that's the freedom that you have, because food captures you. It puts you in bondage.
It does.
And once you release and get out of that bondage, then it won't be a problem to keep your weight down, or continue to
That's right.
Right. So it's a lifestyle. So that's what I'm saying. Start with 1,200. Start with trying to use the small plate and little things that
I think that's the best advice. I think that's the best advice. Yeah.
I'm saying
I think that's the best advice.
With your family, put your food, whatever it is you eat, just start with a saucer. Yep. And then just see, okay, well, and I don't mean fill it so high that it's falling over the saucer. I mean the saucer, a good size, and fill it up and start that. Because like I said, it's a lifestyle. And then as you do that, you'll start making good choices. You will.
Absolutely.
This is what you're doing. You're training yourself. You're starting.
Absolutely. And there's a difference between a salsa of macaroni and cheese and a salsa of broccoli. There is a difference. No. I'm backing you up. No, but if you want macaroni, you're talking about portion control.
But it's got to get in that saucer.
That's right. It's got to get in that saucer. You sure
whatever you want to eat. If you want the whole saucer to be macaroni cheese, do that.
All right. So before Susan goes, she's saying
1,200 calories though.
Yeah. Before Susan goes, what Janice is saying is eat anything you want. Don't sacrifice nothing.
That's what I do.
But them portion controls, she's talking about moderation, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, go ahead, Susan, Deanna, then Sandra.
I mean, you can't bribe yourself from having what you want, because that right there does something to you mentally.
Right.
So I can't have it. So now I really want it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you can have what you want. It's portions.
You're right. So if you're still addicted to sugar and all that stuff, do exactly what Janice is saying. And at some point, you'll wean yourself off. It's just that simple.
It's not overnight. Absolutely. Just like Anne-Marie said, it's not overnight, period.
Any great nutritionist would tell you that. That's fair. Moderation, wean yourself off. Susan, then Deanna, then Sandra.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with the eat anything you want, because you're never going to get past that. Maybe eventually you will, but
but she's talking about people with no foods. She's talking about people with no discipline though. Yeah.
Right. But the extra thing I just wanted to add to that for all of us is to take time to, when you sit down to eat, don't get in front of the computer and be doing this and chopping the food and you know, talking to people and chew your food, enjoy the food, enjoy what you put in your mouth, and take the time to chew well and savor what you're eating. Most of the time people are just eating it so fast they don't even know what they ate, and then they want more because they didn't satisfy that. So make sure you chew your food properly and take the time for that. That's very important. And I know my aunts and uncles and grandparents and all that, they did that, and I learned that from them.
Fair enough.
They ate healthy and they chewed when we would sit down at the table to eat, you would take time to chew your food. So if you take anything away, take that, and that'll be a good start.
I agree with you on that, Susan, but let me explain something to you. For us eating anything I want, when I said I do, I'm already past the stage. You understand what I'm saying? I eat what's healthy for me because of my kidney transplant.
But you don't have a choice, or your kidney will reject you.
So you know, I'm saying for the ones that's trying to start out, and certain things that you're eating now, portion it down. And from there, because you have to start somewhere. So from there, you start. The more you know, like I said, the better choices you'll make.
Portion control. You wouldn't even be fat with if you wouldn't even be fat if you watch your portion control.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter how critical I'd like to be or something, if you do what Janice is saying, you wouldn't even got there. You're not intaking enough to even get there.
Right.
You're not right. So no, but everybody's y'all rock solid. Yeah. Just know that Susan's an expert. If you ain't an expert, that's where you're trying to get to. That's where you're trying to get to. But me and Susan like vegetables, so we can do what we want. Go ahead, Phil, Deanna, and then Sandra.
And when you eat, don't drink, because you dilute their digestive juices and you make your eating less efficient. So when I have a meal, I don't drink any liquids with my meal because I want my digestive system to be as efficient as it can be, and I don't want to dilute it with something that I'm drinking. And then where do you think the habit of grace started before your meals? Because the vibration that you're vibrating at when you eat the food, you actually put that vibration into the food and then you recycle it into your body. So that's why the process of saying grace before every meal became a habit long before we understood how it worked.
Right, absolutely. And I just thought about something yourself. So when you look like Adonia, you Adonia's age, you can do what you want because her metabolism is at 9,000. You know, she young, Adonia young. You understand? But when you get to your 40s, Grace, respect that your metabolism, if you haven't been making wise decisions, needs to be retrained. Let's just honor that you can't put down 4 Coney Islands like you used to when you were 16 with no problem, and not even burp. You're 40 something now. Okay, go ahead, Phil.
Abraham Lincoln said, when you're after 40, you're responsible for your face.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Deanna, whatever you put in the chat, you can say out loud, because people like us on mobile devices got to do too much to go get to the chat.
Gotcha, completely understood. So when you guys were talking about like the sugars and everything in the foods, there have been a couple of videos that I've seen online via Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and there are certain foods. Now, mind you, these are people in these countries showing video, but there are certain foods from the United States that get shipped from the United States to these other countries that are banned because of the ingredients of the foods. And the last video I saw, there was this one woman, she was in the store and she showed the warning label that her country put on a food from the United States because of certain types of ingredients that were in it. So for those of you who love Kellogg, let me let you know Kellogg is on a banned list
They ship different. Kellogg is different in a different country. What? Oh, see now you done made me mad.
Now wait, before you
Because
do that, Miss Sandra does have her hand up too.
Okay, Congress, we have a way that we do things called, and lobbying is the worst part of this thing. That's what, if we just get rid of lobbying, the whole country will change overnight. Overnight, the country will change instantly. We get rid of lobbying. So these big companies make certain foods here, but then when they ship overseas or export, they have two different batches. Here's the American version, here's the overseas version. You have to. You got to follow the law. You have to follow the law. So anyway, that's just what it is. You can look that up. We have certain things. We're the #1 obese country in the world. Go ahead, Sandra.
Hey, there's several things I wanted to say real quick. First and foremost, one of the funniest things is what Janae said, and that was about the small plate, the little saucer, because that's how we grew up. That was dinner. and we couldn't eat. We couldn't eat after we ate that. We could have a snack, and we had to have that plate at 7. If you want something before you go to bed, you go have an apple or a prune, some type of fruit. Other than that, yeah, no. The other thing, the other thing I wanted to say was about the stress eating. Stress eating is one of the main problems that America has, because everything is so stressful. But if you take the time to, like what was said, like Susan said, if you take the time to chew your food, and I used to get a lot of flack about that because I enjoy food. However, I'm not oversized, and people would wonder, what did that have to do with me eating? Well, one of the things that I took into account was how my food tastes. I hated eating food in a rush. So what I would do was taste my food. And I really do enjoy tasting what it's made of, what's in it. If it's too salty, then I want it out of my mouth. If it's too sugary, I don't want it in my mouth. It has to be balanced for my palate. So I always would close my eyes and I taste it and suck it, and all of those things. It was a relationship, and it still is to a certain point. That helped me to not overeat because my senses made me full. So I just wanted to add that. And I wanted to also add that a lot of the plants that we have that are flowers, stuff like that, we overlook their benefits. Like orchid, my grandson gave me an orchid on my 60th birthday. So I was doing some research because there was a sap coming from it. So with that sap, I was like, should it be doing that? Because you think about the sap trees, they're created to create the syrup. They literally have syrup, which was amazing to me. But the orchids create their own sap, and it's called happy sap. And because of all the benefits that you get from the orchid, like bone health and stress relief, it does all of that. And I never knew that. So and what made me start doing the research about it was because my plant was dying, and then it would come back, and then it would die, and I'm not doing anything to it. It's coming back. I'd water it, true, but I kept trying to figure out why was it dying, because I'm not doing anything to it. I'm talking to it and all that stuff. But orchids have that reproductive, what do you call it, span of life. They're structured to do that. where they will die off in one place and then they'll come back in another place. And I thought that that was just amazing. So it made me do some more research. And I found out about the sap that it produces, and it's happy sap. And the foliage and all that other stuff can be used for healing processes, stress, and all that stuff. I also wanted to talk about eating before 12. We already wrong in America because we all eat, well, most of us eat before 12 a.m. And that's something that is not best to do because our system is still working through that overnight process, its own healing process, its own, fortifying the body process. I also wanted to say, Antonio T. Smith Jr., do you remember that show that you had with some of the members here that talked about health? That show was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Is that still running, or
no, it's not
gonna
still
be
running.
somewhere where
It's gonna be. Oh yeah, it's gonna be plenty stuff like that. Plenty, yeah, plenty stuff like that. What Sandra was talking about is when you wake up in the morning, your body.
So
yeah, when you wake up in the morning, your body is naturally producing sugar for you.
Yeah.
It's naturally producing sugar for you.
Yeah.
So that's what she's talking about. At the end. Good stuff. But thank y'all so much.
Basically, you want 12 hours where you don't eat. From just 12 hours, and when you go to bed, at least 12 hours. At least
That's how.
Antonio,
that's how
you do
man
that.
was natural. Yeah, I do that automatically. Yeah, that's how we were. Susan's 1,000% right. That's how the Earth is. But with civilization, technology, the world is a much safer place. So we sit around and eat ho-hos all day. Okay, that's that's just part of evolution. Okay, part of evolution. Grace, share your screen. I sent Grace some prompts real quick. You're gonna put both of them in there, Grace.
My apologies, Deanna. Can you make me co-host again? I'm sorry. I was about to leave and completely forgot. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, no, then send it to Deanna.
I got a little time, so I'll share.
And share your screen. Share
Okay.
your screen.
Did you want me to hit enter? Because I hadn't hit enter yet.
No, put the second one in there. Put the second one in there?
Okay.
The one I just sent.
Mhm.
So because you're using 3, yeah, she's gonna put. Just so y'all can see, there is something called density 6 rights. I'll explain here in a little bit. And there's this visionary voices division. I'll explain here in a little bit. And just right under that, Grace. You can just put it right under that.
Oh, put it right under. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Put right under.
Replace it. All right.
No. Put it under there.
Okay.
Now hit enter and I'll explain everybody what's going on. This is the. Okay, there you go. Here's what I want you to do. Do me a favor, Grace. Okay, give me 5 packages now. All right. Now, density 6, as you all know, that not only am I a ghostwriter, a celebrity ghostwriter, but super duper, uber crazy ghostwriter. Now, I want you to see the 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, and that's all low end. Okay, that's all low end stuff. You can stop the screen, Grace. A couple of things. In order for us to go where we're going, we as a collective need to do better at falling in love with our own stuff first and stop sleeping on it. Okay, don't sleep on what we have because everything is attraction. Therefore, nobody's going to buy from you because you don't even appreciate the product. Now, that's not this conversation, but I need to say that to go where I'm going next. This company, so what I decided to do, I think this was like 2 months ago, a month ago, whatever, Grace, I said, Grace was like, anyway, I decided to make in the coaches division, make the writing, the ghost writing, an actual thing like it used to be a long time ago. Grace convinced me to bring it back. I need you to get that the prices for ghostwriting on average are $25,000 and up. Everybody just pause and receive that. Just pause and receive that. Okay. I also need you to receive that this company does ghostwriting better than anybody else. We're not even top 1%. It would be top 0.5% of a percent of a percent. Why? I'm gonna bring up. Well, let's give you why now. Because we can write Bibles, right? Research papers, research books, self-help. We can cross genres all the way to thriller and fantasy, which gets a little bit more higher and higher. So I need Tracy to get, and I'm just saying names here. I need Tracy to get that here, we're not just on the cutting edge of AI. We're actually a company that can charge $100,000 for one book. Nope, 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 no, no. This is why I'm having this conversation. I need y'all to get a few things. For one, so if Grace ever come to y'all and say, hey, flash sale blank, that's only because I got 3 extra things and I'm being nice. $100 for a title, I'm being nice. I'm saying, don't go out there, have somebody around here get blessed. Let's just make that clear. But I need y'all to get that currently our fair market ghost writing prices are as follows. Basic ghostwriting services, $10,000 to $15,000. Somebody should have wrote that down. Where you at? Down, you write now. Grace got to go. Standard ghostwriting packages, $20,000 to $30,000.
Wait a minute. Repeat the first one.
Basic ghostwriting service, $10,000 to $15,000. Good thing is I got all this written down.
Hold on. Oh, I'm not as fast as Grace. 1 second. You said 10,000
to 15,000.
15,000. Okay.
Standard ghostwriting. Oh, well, I'll say out loud what it comes with, and then you don't have to write it. I got it. Well, you know what? Just write, because you can send it to Ina or something for the show notes. What is this suitable for? Shorter projects like ebooks, autobiographies, nonfiction works with a length of up to 50,000 words.
Hold on.
Ebooks, autobiographies, nonfiction writings, up to 50,000 words. And just know that this company says up to 50,000 words is a short writing.
Autobiographies up to 50,000 words.
Where is Melissa on this call?
I am here.
Okay. Ghostwriting is expensive. And Melissa, I'll be bringing you up here in a second. 10,000 to 15,000. Ebooks, autobiographies, nonfiction, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Up to 50,000 words. So we don't mean, like, I got an ebook on my website right now that's 50,000 words. I just didn't feel like publishing it. So I just put it up. No, I'm serious. I didn't feel like wasting ISBN, and I didn't feel like the print costs. But it's 50,000 words. Long gone are the days where ebooks mean some quick thing. Standard ghostwriter package, 20,000 to 30,000. I'm bringing this up because I just got, be quiet.
No, talk that talk.
I was gonna say his prices are low.
Yeah. My prices for sure are low for sure. Whenever y'all get them, for sure. Price 20,000 to 30,000. This is suitable for mid-length novels, comprehensive biographies. Half of y'all, then if you received a book from me, You owe me 20,000. Easy. Easy. But we actually, if you received a comprehensive biography, a nonfiction work that ranged from 50 to 80,000 words, including in-depth research, advanced editing, and multiple rounds of revisioning, because I write my books 3 to 4 times. Oh yeah, you owe me 20, 30,000. Easy. You owe me $20,000, $30,000. Premium ghostwriting and full editing. That's the next one, Deanna. That's 40,000 to 60,000. This is just the rest of the call is this: 40,000 to. I actually had more call, but this was the second thing, so I'm just going to just end at the second thing. 40,000 to 60,000.
Okay.
This is so if people like smart people like Otis, Jerome, the titles are irrelevant. Okay, the titles are irrelevant. And I don't even know who's on the call. Just some smart people like Otis and Jerome, Tyrell, John Calloway, Ina. Let me look to the call now and see who's here. Jog my memory. Anybody in the inner circle, which is coming, all of y'all fall in this premium ghostwriting full package or the comprehensive ghostwriting full package. I'll explain. Which one am I at right now, Deanna?
You're on the premium. We're at premium ghostwriting and full editing.
Complex works that could be fantasy or thriller novels, world building, developing a character, usually over 80,000 words, usually includes research, multiple editing rounds, etc. Since y'all don't have novels like that, somebody else does, you in this next category. Comprehensive. What's comprehensive? K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade. Comprehensive. I'll repeat it. 40,000, 60,000 is premium ghostwriting full editing package.
Okay.
That's for complex projects like fantasy or thriller.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Fantasy or thriller. Okay.
Fantasy or thriller, anything like that. That include me building an entire world, character. I'll just say world building to keep it short. Research, locational research, all that stuff. Okay, 7-point plot, which most people don't even use. I'm one of the rare people that use that, etc. Okay. Advanced editing, multiple rounds.
My ears popped up when you said K through 12. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm trying to get y'all to see something because there's a big punchline here. Now, if you want to know the names I call you in the next section, comprehensive ghostwriting and publish package, $70,000 to $100,000. Ask ChatGPT, ask Google. These are real prices. It's a few of y'all favorite celebrities. Y'all bring them up all the time. Antonio wrote their book. I kid you not. I promise you, your favorite celebrity, I wrote their book. I'm just not gonna say no names. I'm not even on NDA. I'm still just not gonna say no names. Phil and Susan know a couple of them though. Anywho, I shall move on. $70,000 to $100,000. Suitable for high-end projects that require ghostwriting, editing, book cover, marketing strategy, deep research.
Wait, you going too fast. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on. Let me keep going. Deep research, original ideas, profound elaboration, high-level diction. Okay, I'll repeat now, Deanna. High-end projects that require ghostwriting, editing, and additional services like book cover design, marketing strategy, development, audiobook creation, ebook formatting, ideal for authors seeking a full service package. And then the next one, number 5 is it's customizable, which means that price is going to be higher than that. Everybody that got a book from me, you owe me $70,000, $100,000. Read your book. I dare you read your book. I dare you to read your book. I dare you. Read your book. Now, there's 5 things that are important here. I'll try to reduce them to 3 easily memorable things. Number 1, it's time to receive this company and the talent within it, from Adonia to Melissa, as God sent. As I see it, our major problem is you sleeping on you. You ain't sleeping on me. You can't. You're not allowed to sleep on me. I ain't gonna let you. But you sleeping on you. You want to create high income salaries real quick? Sell 1 book at its original price. There should be, how many people on this call right now, Dion?
There are 25. Well, 24
Done. Done. Done.
There, okay. There should be 25 loud, don't nobody write books better than over here people on this call. Why? Point number 2. I said it was 5. I'm going to reduce them to easily memorable things. Why? Point number 2. What was clearly point number 1? Dion, you sleeping on you. You. Because if you work for Apple, you would tell everybody how much you work for Apple. You'd retire from Apple 30 years from now and still tell people how you worked for Apple. I made a solid point there, Jerome. That's a solid point. You tell your great-great-grandkids how you used to work for Apple. If you work for NASA, you'll never stop telling people you work for NASA. We NASA. We Apple.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I do that now. People tell me, oh my gosh, you're so passionate. I'm like, I'm sorry. But yeah, because I love this company, you know?
Praise God.
And if I love this company, then I need to speak out about it. You know, I can't sit back and just let it be. So you'll see on Facebook or wherever, I'm talking about our company. So that when I come to people and say, hey, you know, there's this class that I think you'd be really good at, they know.
Praise God. I sure thank you for it. Number 1, you sleeping on you. Number 2, which I haven't said yet, I'll say it now. It's the best capital strategy that we have is to sell high-end products until an app comes out. Now that just makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey, say it louder for the people in the back. I caught you. I caught you. Turn up for him.
Yeah, you sell one high-end product, and then it gives you enough salary, enough room until the app goes through its process. And then this is why I'm bringing this up. This is why I'm bringing this up. This is why it was supposed to be very early, but it's here now. The conversation went exactly what it was supposed to be. This is why I'm bringing this up. Let's review the 2 points before I get to the third. Number 1, you're sleeping on you. You are not loud enough about you, your impact on this planet with this company. You can't sleep on me. It's impossible. Even if you're sleeping on me, ask Adonia. I'm too arrogant to even notice you sleeping on me. I won't even see that you're sleeping on me. I can just assure you, you're sleeping on you. And
Mr. Smith.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Smith. See, I was going to be quiet, okay? All right.
I ain't
was
even
gonna
done
let you
yet.
talk.
Me too, Jerome. I've been quiet, but I was gonna say something. Take it, brother.
You just keep dragging it. Now, on Monday, I get a phone call. Oh, I told you guys that I sent in my 3 second edition books of Melissa for my poetry. And, I did that on Monday after we had the movies.
That's my homie.
Well, come on, dog. And then I get a phone call from the dealership that same day saying, you got an appointment tomorrow to bring your car in for service, Mr. Red. And and I said, I do? And she said, yeah. Do you still want to keep that appointment? And I said, let me ask you a question. How can I make an appointment to have my car service that I didn't make? She said, oh, when you were here 5 months ago and had your car service, the computer automatically generated you your next appointment. So, but we can cancel it. I said, I bet you won't. Because I got this light on my dashboard. They told me I need to get it serviced. And the last time I called to make an appointment, it took 2 weeks. And you got one for me tomorrow? I'll be there tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Got up in there. Boom, 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 boom. The same guy that waited on me 5 months ago was there. Same outstanding service. Boom, 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 boom. I said, I'm going to be here. And I was on the call. Because y'all can tell when I'm on my phone, because I'm always on the computer. I was on my phone. This dude comes back within 20 minutes and gives me a sheet of paper. He said, Mr. Red, your maintenance agreement is going to expire in 30 days. You may need to go up to the finance department and have them put you another one, because you save so much money when you got to bring the car in. If anything goes wrong, they give you brakes, they give you tires, they give you all kind of stuff. I told him, I say, thank you, I appreciate that. Boom, 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 boom. But then I said to myself, the car's almost paid for. I'm probably going to get it. I usually get a new one every 3 to 4 years. That's already passed. I said, and I don't know how much his maintenance agreement is going to cost, but that might be a down payment. Immediately, my whole brain is spinning about whether the maintenance agreement may be a new car, maybe a lease. All that stuff is happening. But I know I'm going to go up to the main floor to find out. I go up there. I told the guy I want to talk to somebody. I sit down. The finance guys are with people. The guy who sold me the car shows up about 20 minutes later, and he was like, hey, what you doing here, man? I said, hey, I'm waiting for these people. He said, what? He said, they waiting on customers. Let me go get the price for you. He came back with the price. I went, and boom, boom, boom. I say, wow. He said, Mr. Red, he said, he says, because I told him, I said, I may have to get another car now. Because, $3,500 for this maintenance agreement over 5 years? And then he said, guess what, Mr. Red? He said, this is my second car with him. I said, he says, you ain't got to get no 23 or 24. He said, I can get you in a 21 or 22. Still brand new with all the I said, no, you didn't. I said, you better watch yourself, boy. But here's the deal, Antonio, on what you said. And I told the young man who gave me the sheet of paper about the maintenance agreement, who's your manager? Who's your boss? He gave me the guy's name. So I told the salesman, I said, I need to speak to this guy. Oh, he's out of the office. I said, go get his card. He brought me the card. That night when I went home, I typed up a page and a half to the manager about what happened to me that day and about how awesome his people were and how they went over and above and blah, 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 and they need to be recognized. Then I CC both him and the service guy and the salesman to let them know that I was recognizing them. The young man who really blew my socks off, his email wouldn't go through. The next day I called him and said, hey, I sent the email to your boss. I sent it to the salesman, but your email wouldn't let me get it in there. I told the salesman to make a copy of it or to forward it to you through your internal email, because I want you to know that you're being recognized. And here's what you talking about, Antonio. And I said to him, you have the qualities that a lot of people don't have, and I am so impressed with that. And I said, you're the kind of person that I keep my eyes out for. I say, as a matter of fact, let me tell you something. Probably in the near future, I'm gonna send you an email because I want you to check out my boy in Texas, because he's doing some stuff and he blowing it off the hook. And if he does what he says he's gonna do, he's gonna be competing with Apple. He's gonna be competing with Amazon. He's gonna be competing with these companies like that. And I said, but I ain't telling you nothing. I said, but be looking for something in the future. He said, thank you, Mr. Red. Click. from that. I said the same thing to my niece. Same thing. Because of the fact that, you know, how can I say this? You're right, Antonio. We are the best advertisement for density. We're the best advertisement for this. And then at the same token, I don't want to drag nobody dragging and screaming. I don't want to beg nobody. I see the vision. If I live the vision and expose the vision actively, that will draw them in versus this. Because everybody's out here talking about how great they are. Come on, I can show you better than I can tell you. So I just want to share that story.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And let me make it clear. My focal point has not been what y'all not doing. That's not my focal point. That's not my focal point. I had to say you sleeping on you so I can get to point number 2. That we are the best. Apple ain't never gonna be better than us because they ain't got it on you. Let's just keep it real. Google don't have Phil or Susan. They cannot ever be better than us. They can't, even though it's not a competition. You get the point. The point is we got the best people. We have been orchestrated for this season. We are the next generation. Nobody's better than us. They do not have Anne Marie. And I stand on that. I stand on that. And I mean every word that I'm saying. That's my focal point. Don't sleep on your impact. Makes sense, though, because if you've been around me long enough, and I'm going to let Adonia talk in a second, if you've been around me long enough, I typically take a full week and talk about one thing for a whole week. I've been doing that. So Tuesday, I said, hey, innovative creator, let's make sure you have an impact on the business in your department. This is just the culmination of that. I do that. I always write in series. It's been something I've done since forever. Let me just reiterate, and then don't you give me 1 minute. I'm telling you that capitalistically, if you struggling, if you want money, need money, believe you deserve it, we got everything in front of us. Be faithful over the few. I'll make you rulers over many. Until an app comes out, we need to focus on the money where the attention is. We got trading power. Why? Because everybody want a book. Everybody want to be an author. Then we got talent. Once you got trading power and excellence, the money comes easily. We have every element we need. Gently speaking now. Stay present when I say this. Adon, you got to unmute your mic and save me. I'm going to hide behind you as soon as I say this. Stay present, okay? But when Grace or Deanna or Susan say, hey, $100 for this or $300 for that, trying to help out the community, y'all act like it's actually $300 or $100. And energy has a vibration. If we know that we are doing Apple level things, then our prospects will know so too. That's I'm speaking clearly now.
Wait, sir,
unfortunately, what you heard, I can't do nothing about that. Yes, some of you and then
wait. Can you repeat what you just said? I had to
absolutely
take a call and click over so I could hear
got
what
you.
you just said.
I got you. I'll rewind. I'm speaking clearly. Now, your programming is hearing something I'm not saying. That has nothing to do with me, okay? That has nothing to do with me. I'm saying that when there's a flash sale just for this community, you never see it posted on my Facebook page or something. You never see an ad on it. You ever see it? What we're saying is, don't treat our stuff as if, oh, Antonio wrote that, or oh, Phil did that. No. You need to treat Monday night, let's study a book, like that big, great tech company that people are going to scream about 20 years from now, and that invention that they had. Let's study a book that's groundbreaking, that Forbes and Time Magazine is talking about. That's how you need to treat it. That Oprah interviewed Phil and Susan about why they put that out to the public. that book that you received, we need to stop looking at what we're doing with your eyes, because your eyes only got you what you got. So I want you to tap into your big brain, your big you, and know that when Adonia opened up her mouth in 1 minute, that's not Adonia Dixon talking. That's the great, legendary Adonia Dixon that's going to say whatever she's about to say. Stop listening to her like she is some lady in a Zoom square. That's little mind thinking. Big mind says whatever she is going to be, we get to witness it now. But we sleeping on us. And I have made that clear, Jerome. I ain't said nothing else. Okay, come on, Adonia. I got to hide behind you. Okay.
Yeah, because you threw some rocks. I'm just saying.
I complimented y'all. I
know, but there are still things that you said, Antonio T. Smith Jr., and I can't even see you. But you know what, Antonio T. Smith Jr.? You threw a lot of rocks. And you know what? I appreciate
amen.
The goodness of those rocks that had you're blessed on it. And you're humble, but I need you even more humble.
Yeah,
I get that.
I got you.
However, Antonio T. Smith Jr., that still raises some questions.
Right. It should.
Okay?
It should raise questions.
So now, like one of those questions is this. So with the books, right? Should I be putting more in? Or how does that work?
But your book is already sold, so you get to go. You don't need to put anything in. You got one of them $100,000 books, especially you. Right? So you just got to, some people got 2, some people bought 4 or 5, and I think I'm still outstanding on 3 or 4 of those. We was doing that yesterday.
That's right.
So now,
you don't need to do anything. Yeah, I got to Grace keep me up to But I also don't want to rush genius. And besides, now if you paid $100,000, that's a whole different story. Okay, okay, go ahead.
See. Okay, so now is it okay to say that when the book is in hand, that we are able to promote or suggest that people come here?
This is what I want y'all to do.
Companies to get their books
I got you. Nope.
published.
This is what I want y'all to do.
Let me tell you what I'm running into. Now,
don't even run into
I
it.
didn't have any paperback for myself, I got some, right? So now there are places and people that are coming to me asking, where should they go?
Right.
But I can't show somebody the books that are coming from me that are not coming from, said, Trent Publishing Company and say, go here, because it's not saying that it came from, my book is not saying that it came from y'all. So how do I do that? Because there are many people asking. So I want to send them here, but how do I do that? How do I address that? Because y'all know I don't know. I don't know.
I like this question a lot, because that's the point of ghostwriting. You don't need to point nobody here. I need you loud as hell about your book. Super loud. I just need you to take all the credit, 100%. Let Melissa and Trent Press get that credit. You take all the credit and all the glory, because it's coming back. I ain't worried about what you say, what you do, because this is an abundant universe. I can assure you that when it's time to have that one-on-one conversation, you will. My job is to make sure you are super duper braggadocious, ispiana, laxadicious, docious, whatever you say when we was kids. Okay, that's my job.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I think
there you go. That's my job for you to do that. Great question, but don't talk about the ghostwrite because we didn't ghostwrite your book. You wrote your book. Only thing we did was make sure the commas was in the right place. You understand? That's all we did. You wrote your book. You wrote your book. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what Adonia's got to say, but just remember, what you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So what's coming next is, I love everything Tracy just said. I think I saw just left. What's coming next in about 10 minutes, and that's all it's going to take, is what I'm going to do with Melissa. That's why I call her name, and what I'm about to do with. Let's just remind me 3 workshops. Just remind me 3 workshops, and I won't forget. Just remind me 3 workshops. Okay, Adonia, we waiting on you. Now, when y'all hear her, when she unmute her mic, we gonna hear her for the greatness that she is. Okay, Adonia. Okay, but she may be busy. Let's whenever you're ready. We want to receive Jerome as the greatness for what he is. That now, I guarantee you, 25 people I done offended somebody, because that's just the law of numbers. But I didn't say anything offensive. What I'm saying is, don't sleep on us. You do not become a lawyer when you pass the bar. You become a lawyer before you enroll in school. You must walk like a lawyer before you enroll in school. You must talk like a lawyer. You must consume law things. Why? Because it's hard to get caught up smoking weed and drug dealing, Susan, when you're acting like a lawyer, ain't it? Can't get in trouble reading books. Can't stay out in the club too late when you're studying law. You want to be a basketball player? Can't get caught up with no women in the gym. If you're a women basketball player, can't get caught up with no men in the gym or whatever y'all like to do. You have to become whatever you're trying to become now. You don't wait until Density 6 creates all these things and then you buy in or whatever. No, you become it now. You become it now. Grace, unmute your mic for me real quick. Hopefully you're not driving. About to get Grace, then I'm going to get Dion, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly these 3 workshops. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing.
Don't forget about Phil,
yes, sir.
too. He got his hand up.
Oh yeah, Deanna just forgot to put it down. Put Phil hand down for me. Grace.
Oh, yes, sir.
20% commission off $100,000.
Say that one more time.
20% commission off $100,000.
I got you. Don't even worry about it, Grace.
We knew the math. I just wanted to be dramatic. Jalen, 20% off $100,000.
20K.
20K. Jalen, you sell one of these packages. What you getting?
20K.
Right now, you're on a 1% revenue share. Grace, if you don't mind.
20K plus 1K, so 21K.
I
got
Look at that. Look at that. So what you're telling me is, Grace, your weekly check become $1,000. They ain't heard me, Jerome. They ain't heard me. They ain't heard me. Okay. They ain't heard me. I don't know what to say. That I can't say no more. That's profound. That's profound. That's what I'm trying to stress here. I'm trying to stress here is do that. Don't worry about finding people. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about we got leads this and this and who not. See, y'all problem is you worry about how too much. How is the enemy of great. If you just move, the how will be shown. All right, Dion, and then I'm gonna talk about the workshops when we wrap up. Let's see, it is 10:07. I plan to be done by 10:20.
Okay, so for every class that I take to enrich myself. But
Okay.
as I'm enriching myself, I'm seeing what benefits I can tell other people, what benefits there are so that I can sell it to somebody else. So we can't just take these things and just say, oh, all right, got my class and I'm done. You know, we're doing this because we're testing our product. So if we're testing our product, we need to be out there displaying our product.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Right. So, you know, great that it helps us, but that should be a selling point.
Absolutely. I agree. Agree 100%. Okay, cool. Dion, you can put her hand down, and now I'm going to be done by 10:15. I thought she was going to talk for 5 minutes.
Wait, just real quick. It won't take me long. An example of what Dion is saying. When I worked for Massage Envy, we got 1 free massage a month. Well, there are times that I actually paid for my massages too. And what I did was I went to each therapist that had different modalities. So when someone called me and said, hey, I'm looking for a massage therapist that can do a medium to firm pressure and does hot stones. Well, look, let me tell you something. Terry is the greatest when it comes to hot. That's what Dion is saying. Experience the product and then sell it from your perspective. Sell how it helped you, not selling. You don't sell the person. You have a conversation with them, hear what is ailing them, and then tell them how it will help them. Miss Adonia says that all the time. Don't sell me. Tell me how it's going to help me. But you won't know how it'll help them until you try it for yourself. And then you speak from experience. Man, it helped me out like this. I was doing this every day. Now I do this.
I feel like you and I connect. It's like I say one thing and you just take it right where I want it. Thank you.
I'm glad to be of assistance.
Mr. Smith.
Yep.
Mr. Smith, it's me. It's me again. It's me again. This is for you.
Yep.
Okay. What you're doing right now, you need to do. But guess what, Mrs. Smith? You need to, what do you say that? Restart and we'll do it again. Whatever.
Rewind, press play.
Yes. You need to do that some more. And here's why. And I know you can identify with this. Our programming is going to keep coming back up again. And if somebody does not confront it, it probably won't be us. And by the time it is us, we'll be left in the dust. And we don't want to be left in the dust, but we're going to be. So we need this some more. And I say that because of this. Last year, and I don't know if I've told everybody this, the Lord told me that 2023 was going to be my year. And I said, okay, I ain't mad with you. He also told me, you got a lot on your plate, Jerome. And everything on your plate, I put there. Everything on your plate, I'm going to deal with. Now, here's what I need from you. Don't you put nothing else on that plate. Do you hear me? Don't you put nothing else on that plate. Yesterday, Mr. Smith, you put something on that plate, not Jerome. And I knew when you put it on that plate, it was from him. So guess what? I ain't complain. I ain't say nothing. I went to Sunday of Wonders and put a monthly donation in there because I knew who it came from. It didn't come from Antonio T. Smith. It came from him. But here's the point I'm making. About June of this year, a couple of things happened, and I said, "Oh, okay." But I'm thinking, God said this was gonna be my year. 2 months ago, coming up to now, every time I turn around, God knocking my socks off, hit me upside my head. See, I'm like, wait a minute, there's still 30 days left in this year. He said, but didn't I tell you 2023 was going to be your year, Jerome? But here's what he did, over and abundant, more than I can actually think. He's allowed me to see in the 2024, based on what he's doing in 2023. And I told my niece this yesterday. because I did the same thing to her that I did to that service mechanic. I was telling her about this, and I told her, I said, I got your back because I ain't gonna let you put you in nothing that you can't handle because you got dreams. But I said, but I'm telling you right now, from what I see going on with my man in Texas, by June of next year, I ain't talking about you, Antonio. I told her by June of next year, I says, I will be a millionaire, not based on everything, but just based on what he's doing. The stuff I'm doing is going to take me over the top. So I'm saying that to say this is that I don't need you to, how can I say this? I'm keeping my eyes open. And I told her, I said, I'm looking for the same people he's looking for. I'm looking for the same people he's looking for. And so with that, I need you, Antonio, to continue to confront us, to continue to put that mirror in front of us because of our programming.
The programming. Okay? You're right. You're absolutely right.
So that's what I wanted to say. So go ahead and say the rest of what you got to say.
No, I sure will. I'm gonna get Tracy. And see, this company, I ain't let loose Adonia, Deanna, and Tracy yet. Y'all don't even understand. I got Tracy here for a reason. Y'all don't even understand what this company is about to be the moment Adonia start walking around this joint. You don't even get it what's about to happen, but it's coming. Go ahead, Tracy.
Good morning. Well, I just wanted to comment on a couple of things that you said. One of the things that you said about how we be sleeping on ourselves and not really realizing and stepping in and understanding our full potential and the impact we have on people. Literally, like just when I say just now before I got on the call, we were coming out of a faculty meeting and a lady that we on the same hallway, we teach almost the same subject, and she just says to me, she says, hey, I really appreciate your motivational videos that I've been watching every day. She said, I do follow. First of all, I didn't realize that she was following me first. Second of all, the fact that she was telling me how it helps her every day. And so I was like, okay, well, thank you for watching. But it was it was kind of another eye opener that people are watching what I do and what we do. And I was talking the other night about being more consistent about doing what we're called to do, because we never know how what we're supposed to be doing will impact the lives of others. And so when you said sleeping on ourselves, I had to realize that, Tracy, you are making a bigger impact than than I realize. Right. And my question that I have, though, is because, so she says, okay, how did you get to the point where you're able to just go on and to do this? And I always want to tell people about the community. And there's certain people I will, but I hesitate on not necessarily pushing the community, but telling people about the community, because I don't think everybody's going to understand. Everybody's not going to be ready to receive. So should I still just put it out there? And then if they come and they don't get it, then they don't get it, and they come and they receive it. Because you know how you could just, like, the energy, some people, you don't want to bring a negative energy into the community, but you don't want to not let people know how I got where I am. I contribute a lot of it to the community. So I do hesitate on pushing, but I don't hesitate on trying to put myself out there so that they can see where I came from.
So I got to be gentle here because your question is a great one, and I don't want to invalidate you or reverse the good things that you're doing. Plus, I'm aware that other people have this problem, probably greater than you, since they're not even putting out content. Firstly, let me acknowledge you and honor you by saying good job in the first place, because in your language, you keep saying we and community. Yeah, I heard that right. So she's 100% bought in to where for her, there is no separation between this company and what we do. Did y'all catch that? John? Okay. All right, cool. So we sitting pretty right there. That's number one. Number two, and probably the most dangerous part that made me slow down is while my uncouth self wants to say, I mean, you'll talk about Apple though. You'll talk about Jesus though. I know that's wrong. I absolutely know that while that is justified, while it makes sense, it doesn't belong here in this response. So in the spirit of Jerome, I want all of you to kick that out your programming and listen to my next words. If you have this problem in which you are having the problem of promoting this company and this community and what we do, I want you to ask yourself one question. Well, two questions. No, one question. I'll go back to one. What is your light? Because this is the real problem. This is the real problem. There's no doubt about it. This company's changed the world. There's no doubt about it. People are going to cry tomorrow, day after. Phil has kid on here many times say, how do we explain what just happened here? There's no doubt about it that we are doing something that flows right out of the Quran, right out of the Bible. There's no doubt about it. But when we're not clear on what our light is, it gets in conflict now of this is our problem. It gets in conflict of bringing people here because they're not ready. Here's the deal. It's not my job to dim my light because you are not ready. It is certainly my job to gentleize my approach because you're not ready. Gentleize is not a word, but it's certainly appropriate to make gentle my approach. My approach can change, Tracy. My method of delivery can change. For some person, I may need to do one-on-one testimony for 20 months before they show up. For other people, it could just be an invite. And I need to be, this is where evangelism comes in, right? I need to know there's more than one way to evangelize. That's why I want to be very, very careful with this answer, because at the heart of it, this is just an evangelistic problem that Tracy is having. At the end of the day, that's what she's having. This is the evangelistic problem. There's more than one way to evangelize, but you can't be a good evangelist if you don't even know how your light comes out of you. For me, it is being a teacher. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. So now that I know that, I know what hurts me. Watching people die untaught. So it doesn't matter for me if you're not ready for the light, because it's my job to be the light. What matters is my light should not offend you. Now, your programming is a whole different story. I'm going to always offend your programming because it's your programming. It was here before I got here. There's nothing I could do about that. But I can make sure that your programming gets triggered by you or the content, but not triggered by my actions or my behavior or my lack of empathy. See, now if I do it, it's my karma. If it's your programming, that's a you problem. That has nothing to do with me. Which leads me now to everybody, talking to all of you now, to simplify what I just said, because I gave Tracy the answer and I'm giving you the answer. I want my simplistic brain wants to be justified and say, I mean, hey, look at all the other stuff you talk about. Your favorite football team, you don't care about that. I want to do that. And I know that I am right. But in the context of what Tracy is suffering, I'm absolutely wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. This is why, again, the human consultants would tell you context is important. I know I'm right, but that context of where she's coming from is a whole different story. Here's the context. The context is simple. And I'm gonna let you respond, Tracy. Know who you are in your light, not just who you are, like this. I am going to, when I die, when I'm audited, God says, Tonio, did you share the light? I sure did. Whatever that thing is, now it doesn't matter if you're ready for it or not. Because when the opportunity presents itself to show your light, you have a reasonable service to do so. Nah, I just said something. When when the opportunity presents itself to share your light, you have a reasonable service to do so. Earlier this morning, Susan said it. Grace asked me, so what's your thoughts on this? It wasn't my light. I genuinely said, I ain't got no thinking here. Dion already shared her light. Deanna shared her light. There was no reason for me to want to intellectually look good and verbally masturbate. Just please myself with my own words. I borrowed that from Serena. Serena says that. Verbally masturbate and just talk. There's no reason. There was no reason for me to give my opinion because the light had already been shared. I'm okay with not being the one to hold the Holy Spirit all the time. I'm okay with that. So when Tracy walks in, all you hide behind this question, when you know your light, a certain person will need that light. You got to invite them here. When a certain person needs the light, but they not your testimony, steer them to Susan. Steer them somewhere else. This is the most liberating thing. Where's Tracy? Tracy, I am preaching right now. Everybody is not your ministry. When you know who your light is, what your light looks like, you'll know exactly who you were supposed to invite to this call. And that resistance will cease to exist. Everybody don't match your light. Everybody don't match your light. And every situation doesn't call for your light. It calls for your presence. This is why we have 2 ears, quick to listen, slow to speak. Many situations calls for your presence, but not your ministry. Man, these are life lessons. Every situation does not require you to hold your gospel the way you think. A lot of times holding your gospel is shutting up. The same Holy Spirit made you speak is the same Holy Spirit to make you shut up. You don't have to believe me. Pastor Tony got a whole guy that wrote in the sand, shutting up. Woman, where are your accusers? Neither do I. That's got nothing to do with me. That was here before I got here, Tracy. Yeah, I use the Holy Spirit to talk too much. Stop that. Tracy, get ready to respond in 1 minute. To clear this up for everybody. When you know that your light is this thing. For me, it's teaching. So I put myself in a situation. Oh my God, Tracy, thank you so much for, thank you, Antonio, for the motivation videos you do. Man, I'm so glad that you like that. And then what does a teacher do? Not teach, ask questions. Martha, tell me what you like about it. Me and Phil, it is exactly that. Tell me more. Tell me more again. And through actively listening, you know what? I know some people just like you. And from that, Martha will be on this phone call. That's how I evangelize, through intellectual conversations that never work. None of my intellectual conversations never work, but they always work. They never work. All my conversations never actually answer Ina's question. I don't want to answer your question. I want you to doubt what you was already thinking. Y'all not hearing me. If I'm your answer, then I'm your God. And if I'm your answer, the universe is going to put you through a cycle to see if you actually receive the answer. And it's going to be worse. Just because I gave you the answer don't mean you're not going to get smacked in the face to see if you actually receive the answer. I just respect that seeds grow when they're supposed to. I just want you to, okay, Adonia, I just want you to ask yourself, man, was I thinking earlier? Was that right? Long as I do that, I'm good. All right, come on, Tracy, you can respond.
Now I was going to say, what you're saying is so true. Like when I was working with JCPenney, I was a JCPenney manager. Like everything I had on was JCPenney. And if somebody said, "Oh, I like your shoes," oh, JCPenney, or anything, I had no hesitation on telling someone where I got my stuff from, where I work, where. But this is what I'm thinking. It's just like when you was like saying Apple or whatever. It's the same thing. Like we have no reservation of saying that. But when it comes to this, okay, I was thinking, well, maybe I didn't hesitate because if you don't like it, it's not me. It's JCPenney's you don't like. So if I'm putting it out there and it's my brand and you don't like my brand, then you don't like me. And so it's easier when it's a suggestion and it's somebody else's stuff that they could come back and not like. But if it's saying, hey, come to this community, and then they come to the community and they're like, oh, that community, you know, why you invited me to something like that? Then it's like a criticism to my judgment. So maybe there's a hesitation because we don't like, well, I'll say you know, the negative feedback on from that aspect. But you're so right. We shouldn't dim our light and we shouldn't hesitate. I should say it just like I would say JCPenney's. I should say, hey, this community, because it will help many people. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Very welcome. When in doubt, if you don't know what to say, give your testimony. I can simplify it for you. If you don't know what to say, give your testimony. Mama Joy, what you know is irrelevant to me. The mere fact that you used to be this and now you this, I can't deny that. I cannot deny that you have changed. I can deny all day long. Well, I mean, I don't really agree with everything she said. What I can't deny is that you used to suffer with this. And every day you hear, you get better. We can never reject someone's testimony. You can reject my words, my advice, my religion. But Jerome used to be broke. Now he not. That's undeniable. That is undeniable. You hear me? He used to be. And Jerome said, wait a minute now, I got to check Antonio Harvey because he's saying this stuff and I'm tripping. And now he act just like Antonio, got the same thing Antonio got. This is undeniable. He learned it from somewhere. Something done happened. Something done grew. Something done grew. Doesn't matter if I don't agree with what Janet said about health and renal. She used to almost be dead. Now she's a cancer survivor. Kind of should be listening to her. It's all I'm saying.
Kidney survivor.
Kidney survivor. There you go.
That's right, Antonio. And what you just said, what you said about the disagreements and all, you know, it's so true because everybody's testimony is different. You see what I'm saying? What's healthy for me, being a kidney transplant patient, it's not healthy for someone else.
That's right.
I might need chocolate in my diet. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a kidney transplant. My thing is trying to get, you know, what I need.
That's right.
You know, as healthy as I can be. You see what I'm saying? But you got to start somewhere. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Mine's different.
Good.
Everybody's is different.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
And I definitely used to not be able to think about things for myself and what Sandra Lucky wanted and or needed. My attention was always on what everybody else needed and wanted and how I could best serve them. And being here in this community has helped me to know that I need service also, and I need to respect me as I respect others. And that is duly noted. Sandra
Nope.
Lucky just saying.
No, you just say well. You just say well. For sake of time, I'm going to, so we're going to end this call. We're going to end this call. Now, what I'm going to do is spend 5-10 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Oh, no, okay. Well, no, you actually in line. You're actually in line what I'm about to say. We're going to end this call. So if you are someone like Grace, how many of you take full responsibility for this company? It's yours now. You don't want to let me down. You don't want to let nobody down. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Anne-Marie's that way. Dion, Anne-Marie ain't even on camera. I know she's that way, right? Okay, so if you're one of these people, you're more than welcome to leave now. I relieve you, okay, of the burden of thinking you're going to let me down. I am going to do a little overtime for anyone who has some sort of testimony like Mama Joy is going to do. Plus, I will reveal for anyone who has a learning thought process about what you can do with your own company if you want to learn that. And then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you about Melissa and the lead magazine up to it. But I won't be long. Okay, I won't be long. Just want you to know that. Somebody just said, Jalen just sent me a direct message. He's in another meeting, but he's here. So if you got to do dual tasks, do your dual task. It's all good. I just want to give you permission to leave and know that your leaving won't be loud. It will be, we miss you. Okay, go ahead, Susan.
Yes, we're doing the standout with Jalen now.
There you
Unless
go.
you need us on here.
Nope, absolutely not. Okay. That's exactly why I did that. See. There you go. See, I did not know that was the case, but I'm sure glad I did. All right,
but I want to be on there. But I want to be on.
You know, if you want to be, you can stay, but you just renegotiate. Yeah, well, there you go. There.
Jalen probably wants to stay
Jalen.
too.
It's up to Jalen.
Right.
If he's should Jalen be on this call? Because we don't mind waiting.
Jalen is selling the packages, so he probably should be on the call.
I was gonna say I want to be here. That's why I said something.
I misunderstood.
Susan,
yeah, good. No, that's good. Folks, see that was perfect. I want to be here plus the Susan, right? Because me and Susan cheated, but I just want to give y'all permission to because sometimes we think when we leave is loud. No, you're right. You're perfectly okay. Okay, Mama Joy, you seem to have something on you. We want you to share that, and thank you, Phil, for deciding to want to be here. Go ahead, Mama Joy. But we are officially ended. We're still recording, but just so you know. Go ahead, Mama Joy.
Okay. I don't know if I'm more confused than not, but I thought I was straight. But
if you're confused, I did my job. Remember, my job is not to always give you clarity. It depends on where you are in life. So if you in Pathbender, it's 7 phases. Right? From phase 1, phase 2, all the way to phase 7. So if your perception is off, there you go. Phil got Pathbender right there, and your perception is off. That like you're in phase 2 to where you're learning right after phase 1 because people does something and you just now mastering your perception. So now you moved into the next phase. So you should always be confused because you're at a constant evolving of challenging your own thoughts. And that is a beautiful place to be. That's a beautiful place to be. Okay, y'all get it? So if I got you confused, it just depends on where you are in this awareness journey. If you're high on the scale, then you won't be confused, you get clarity. But confusion is clarity. Here's what confusion is. scientifically, it's just one brain cell is trying to do two things. It's holding on to the problem and the solution at the same time. This is causing confusion. We call it cognitive dissonance. That's the scientific name for it. So if you are confused, if you're struggling, frustrated, congratulations. You just discovered your solution. Your programming says, we're going to hold on to my old way. That's what's happening to you. And here's what's going to happen by scientific default. Your social construct is what it's called, will break itself down. Because once I introduce to you a new truth and your subconscious accepts it, how do you know when your subconscious accepts it? When you start getting frustrated. That process has already started. That's why you go, 10 years ago, somebody said something to me and I didn't. This is why we do that, because 10 years ago, that process may take you 10 years. I'm going to warn Mama Joy and everybody listening before she speaks. Know that if you're frustrated, if you're confused, that's God talking to you. You're doing a good job. Just want you to know one thing. Once you get clarity, you're going to go, oh my God, why they didn't tell me this a long time ago? Or something like that. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that trap, okay? Just stay in gratitude. You'll be okay. Okay, go ahead, Mama Joy.
I don't know why you speak into my life and you're saying what I want to say, and then you want me to speak and you've already said it. I just don't understand that. But nevertheless, I am who I am, and I have been very excited and about this community, which I've never been exposed to ever in my life before. And I could not describe it to anyone, even my children, no matter how much I try to. And they always tell me I'm obsessed with so many things, but they don't understand the intensity of my search for truth and peace and wholeness in my own life. They don't know my story. My children come in the middle of my movie, my life movie. So they don't know what the heck has transpired in my life. They know me only when they got here. They don't know before they were not here. So it's really a real task for me, because they don't know that I was a child, that I was a baby, and they don't know that I was a teenager. They just know me as Mama, and Mama just does everything that ain't too cool. But I'm here, and I really came on the coattails of Sharon and with Sean. And when I came in, there was a vibration here again that I'd never experienced. And I asked myself, why do I keep coming here? But then when I come, I become full. I'm like the woman at the well that goes to get water, and she gets the stuff that is everlasting. And I'm saying, what is this? This is crazy. But nevertheless, I keep coming until clarity comes in. When you spoke earlier today, and Tracy, thank God for her blessed soul. And Janice, thank you for the small portions. I started doing that last week. So when you said, I said, look at God. I just need somebody to say something. And I said, oh, there you go. So I found a confirmation in you, And then what my sister over here that keep the earphone, Deanna, I come back because sometimes when she's touched, she has the most vibrant, the most profound way of showing that spirit. I just want to see her face when she turns. Turn your face, look towards that. That's what I'm talking about.
She's talking about you, Dion.
Yeah, Dion Lewis. Yeah, Sister Dion.
I just realized that.
Yeah, and I've a few days ago, I just had to tell her because someone said something and she was so deeply moved until when I looked in her face, she just brought tears to me. I said, oh, that's joy. That's so deep. And so I can't explain it all. And Deanna, you're something else. And I'm just in awe. And then Susan talked about the food this morning in the powder and chewing, because I know I was eating. So I know I was getting, I mean, no judgment, just saying, oh wow, And I do. I chew my food I used to chew my food 28 times. So when you start talking about the teeth and all that, I said, oh my goodness. Yeah, all of a sudden, I get, things, truths come up. Joy, why aren't you doing what you know work for you? And I got on this morning, I said, dang, I don't even have a daily planner. When I worked, I was more organized. And I think that is something that I'm coming to understand. Someone spoke about working at home. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I'm so accustomed to 9 to 5 or working from 7 to 3. I'm always in somebody else's time frame till I don't even know what it is to come into my own and take that responsibility. What it means to be able to work and advance and progress at home. I guess maybe that's part of my DNA that we talked about the other day, Deanna, with the sin, the slave, I call it the sin, slave institution network. I'm still connected with that slave institution network because it's in the DNA, and yeah. And so, and then, you gave me that broken wives thing. And I would kind of insult it in a way, but then again, it threw me into a reality of what Sister Melissa Russack, she gave me this book, Overcoming Verbal Abuse. And I said, I never had that. And that's been a real painful journey. I didn't get beyond day 4 because I just couldn't take anymore.
Yeah.
And what I meant by that, to me, 21 days doesn't mean that's a goal I'm gonna have to get where I'm gonna be able to do it 21 days straight. But when you have to go through scores and you begin to find out that your mama abused you, your daddy abused you, your grandmama abused you, your grandpappy abused you, and they all loved you, then what in the hell is this about?
Love means abuse for you, right? So without it being abusive, it's not love.
And then what is love?
Exactly. It can't be gentle because it's fraudulent if it's gentle. And so what you start saying is, well, I don't like men like that. This and Susan's like, well, that's the man treat me well. Well, yeah, something up with that. Because her very first passionate experience with love was violently intrusive and abusive. And the body, and the body says, this arouses us. The body doesn't care. Y'all are trying to separate science from your experience. When all you know is abuse, you are only aroused by abuse. This is just a sign. Listen, there's 2 different things. We're not talking about attraction. I know somebody's going, nuh-uh, not me. See, because you're not listening to what I'm saying. Arousal and attraction are 2 different things. Let me bring up an emotionally charged subject, a woman being raped. Her body will respond to the arousal. That does not mean she is attracted in that moment. We're just saying the body is going to do the body's job, even if you don't want it to. So for Mama Joy, she's going to be in. So when I told about the broken wife, I should have gave you more words. A broken woman who had to learn how to be a wife is what I meant. That's powerful, because you can minister to the whole planet now. You're going to be a trillionaire.
Well, no, you gave me the words that I needed. You gave me the words that I needed. And you gave me the words that as much as I could take, because I did not want to accept it. But then it caused confusion and upheaval. It's just like moving a stump out of the ground. And it took me about 50 years behind where I realized that someone told me, a good friend of mine, her father came to me, and the first thing he said, you're crippled. And I said, what? He said, yeah, you're crippled. And I said, why would you say something like that to me? I'm not crippled. He said, my daughter told me that your father died at 8 years old, so you really don't know much about having a father. and you don't know much about a man, he said, and it's going to really cost you in the future. And I was so upset with that man coming from Detroit telling me that stuff. But you know, because I love my daddy and I remember my daddy, and I become very defensive, but hell was going on. But when you said broken and it stuck in me, that's all I could take. And it took me back 50 years.
50 years. See that?
It took me back 50 years. And then I said, dang.
Yeah.
Because when I got that, I was just getting finished with a divorce, and every relationship ever that was broken because I was a broken bucket. And then
I am
broken
so
bucket.
looking forward to your book. Your book is gonna be
So
fire.
a broken bucket, because my mom would tell me, she says, you just an empty bucket, and you just make a lot of noise. Your mouth gonna be the death of you. And then she said, you like a cow, you give a good bucket of milk and you kick it over. And me in the bucket, and so a broken wife and broken bucket and a broken life, it made me to realize that I was broken, didn't know I was broken. I was leaking, I was bleeding all along. And when I got into these relationships, what was I seeking? Just like you said, I'm looking for the blood. I'm broke. So all my relationships are broke. I'm just broken. And I didn't know. But I came to this place. And Tracy, thank you so much for saying what you said, because that was on my mind this morning too. How do I say it? But then when you said, Antonio, about your light. Oh, my mama talked about it. Love is dangerous, y'all. That's what my mama said. She said, love is dangerous. It'll make you go out in the 12 noon in the daylight with a lit candle because it'll be so dark. And I said, Lord Jesus. I mean, that's so love.
Yep.
So here you are, breaking through all of these different layers of my truths.
Y'all hear that? That's how I share the light. That's what I do.
When you said that, then as a musician, and you say when you know your light, then all of a sudden I felt like I was on board again.
Yep.
Because you get a piano tuner.
Come on.
And when the piano tuner comes in, go on, Tracy, you see where I'm going. Yeah. I understand that this is a community of light. And if you don't know your light, then you're not going to be able to plug in. You can't explain it to them, and you got to be able to speak from your own experience, okay? So that's that, and I was trying to do that with my kids, trying to do that with my spouse, trying to do that to the people, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't confident. I wasn't really sure. But you said that if you know your light, when that piano tuner come in there and he go to striking, bing, everybody, and first thing he does, he take that pedal down. And the dampers are released from the coil, okay? The strings, so that they all are free to do whatever they need to do when the call is there. But if you hit a C, nothing but C's come up. The lower to the high. Hallelujah. You got to know your light. Hallelujah. Come on.
Come on now. Yeah, you.
Holy Spirit, come on. I didn't stay on this planet and go through all the hell I went through. I said, women only experience one thing like I have, and they're gone to Jesus, gone wherever. But I have been through a lot.
A lot.
And I'm sitting here with a community of light. It reminds me like the Ezekiel wheel.
Okay, Tanya.
Hello.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? When I first started doing this, in 2014, it was Plant Better Mindset called it. It eventually morphed to this. They told me, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't let people talk. Make the call shorter. Blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I don't talk. Y'all talk. I be saying little things in between. Let me tell you why that I stuck to my guns. And you can see it on the Brick by Brick podcast in the description. It says, me and Tempest are going to record everything. Good, bad, ups, downs, fall on the face or not. It says that in 2012. Okay, so I actually started doing this in 2012. 2012. I just believe that the right people See, I'm only looking for 100,000. I ain't looking for everybody. I'm only looking for 100,000 millionaires. I don't need it. I'm only looking for 100,000. The right people are going to listen to the 3 hours, to the 2 hours. And those right people are going to get here and go, oh my God, Susan, you're a celebrity. Because that's what Dion did. I kid you not. Ask her. Because she was listening first. These things I had no problem with because I knew my light was to teach. And I know teaching does not involve me lecturing because ain't nobody paying millions of dollars to show up to a lecture. But when you let other people express themselves, it doesn't need to be right, it doesn't need to be wrong. The expression is God. And when you let that happen, the company takes care of itself. I just believe that. I just believe that you can't get the Phils and the Susans and the Donias and the Mama Joys without this. And ain't nobody else doing it. So now we got a whole tactical advantage, Tracy. We the only ones to where, to borrow from Phil again, how you describe this call? I don't know. There's no way. Because it was going to end. But Mama Joy did something that needed to be said. And let me just tell you, somebody needs to write the book, and it needs to come from a woman, not a well, I could probably do it from a male perspective, but it needs to come from a woman. I was a broken woman, and society told me be a wife. Y'all don't understand how difficult that job is. Because as a wife now, I'm just going to tell you from my perspective, from a man, we ask y'all too much. Oh, let me put my weight on it, Tracy. As a wife, you need to be turned on when I'm turned on, and you need to be turned on when I'm not turned on. That's number one. When you ain't ready, I'm still ready. If I'm ready, you ready too. The whole body saying, no, I'm not. Yes, it is. Or you ain't no woman of God. Come on, help me, somebody. Come on.
Amen.
Come on, don't act like we don't do that. Don't act like we don't do that.
Yeah.
That's just one department. Then how dare you think outside of what I'm thinking, Susan? We're voting for Romney. You get it? Like you can't even, you're less of a wife if you vote differently than your husband. I'm just telling you how difficult it is to be a wife from a male perspective. I don't even know what it's like from a female's perspective, but I understand.
Be a business partner.
Oh my God. So now you how you gonna talk to me like that, Susan? Well, wait, I'm not being a wife right now. I'm being your business partner. This idea ain't gonna work. But see, I can't separate now. It's difficult. It's difficult. Now, that was all making the one assumption, Susan, that you wasn't broken. Now, fool around to be broken and do everything I just said. Like, be broken and do what I just said. Now it's a whole different situation because now you can't hear me. I can't hear you. And instead of us being in harmony, I need to dominate you. I need to own you. I need to possess you, or you're not a good wife. And if I'm gonna cover you, you're gonna honor me like I'm your cover. While there's a portion of that, a significant portion of that needs to be true. Covering doesn't mean dominance. Covering means to cover you like God covers you, without expectation, without responsibility to give back. That's what covering means.
Amen.
But you know, amen. That's what covering means, right? So somebody, Mama Joy, Deanna, one of y'all need to write this book about, how to do it. And here's the deal.
I'm
And
gonna
it
get
may
out
not.
of Mama Joy
I was
because
just
I
going to say.
understand the difference between knowledge, wisdom, and experience.
There you go. That I was just going to say.
touch
It
that.
may not be Deanna's light.
It is not my light.
All right, there you go. Which goes back to Tracy. It goes back to Tracy, right? Go back to what Tracy was saying. When you know your light, You then know who you are. I promise you. Man, there's so many things I want to do right now. Like, I got so much work to do. I have so many things I want to do. But I've learned over the years that wherever I am is the most important thing that I'm doing. That's no doubt. And that's so hard for me to get. Now it's easy. It's a virtue now. I do it so much, it's a virtue. Because I know that the hour and a half that I just lost, I didn't lose. It's actually going to work now. Because there's a vibration on my fingertips that says, Mama Joy, be ye elevated. And now that I've done that, whatever I touch next, Tracy, God says, let me go and bless that. Even if I did it incomplete, it's still gonna get blessed. Like, you get me, Jerome? Like, even if it's incomplete, even if the plan wouldn't have worked, we all gonna go, how he did that? And Phil will go, I don't know, it worked though, because we don't know how it worked. It worked because of the empathy and the light, the lifting of others. All my ideas don't have to be perfect to work. They just need to flow through God's motives.
Flow through God's
motives. This is how this works. This is how this works, y'all. Okay, where's Melissa? I gotta scroll back and forth on my screen. Is she still here? Oh, there she go. There she go.
I'm here.
So Melissa, I am going to partner with Tree and Press. Density 6 is going to partner with Tree and Press because I have no intentions on ever publishing a book again, except for my little fiction books. I just don't like I don't like it. Susan, I don't like the administration that comes behind it. Checking and then doing the pay. I don't like it. Nothing about it I like. So Melissa, my prices is my prices. Everybody understanding me?
Actually, I took your prices. I already sent it to Deanna. I
There
need paywalls to link back to you.
Right there. Look at that. So
I
now.
I did that while you were talking the first time.
And Antonio, I already sent to you in Line App what I need from you to submit links to Melissa.
Okay, I got the full write-ups. No problem.
I don't need write-ups.
No, she does. She does.
Oh,
she does.
She does.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
Oh,
yeah, she does.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I got the full write-ups. If I was on my iMac, I would have multitasked, but this is a Generation 4 iPad, and until it die, I ain't buying another one, Susan. You know who I am. I ain't buying it. It's gonna have to be 2040 before they gonna just have to kill the perception and reception on this iPad for I buy another. They're not gonna get me. I just switched from my whole iPhone 10 is look at it, y'all. Look at it. I don't even put a case on it no more. It worked like the day I bought it. I don't know how Apple built this thing. I cleared and dropped this way too many times. Over 100 times. There's no doubt about it. This thing worked. The speaker loud. This thing worked. You hear me? I ain't buying no phone, Jerome. As long as this thing worked this way. That's how I'm doing it. All right, Tracy. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna partner with Melissa. The strategy marketing here for now, this goes back into what Phyllis is about to do with Jalen. The strategy and marketing here is let's make money while we create generational wealth. Let's make massive income while creating generational wealth. We know the apps will do so. That's not a problem. But we don't need to die in cutback seasons. That don't make sense either. Are we trying to build a ghostwriting company? No. It's a department in a division. Do we like buying new shoes? Yes. Yes, we do. And so we're going to do that. You get it? This is what I want to do. So Melissa, partner with there, which leads me to my last point. The workshops, as I promised. I got it set up. I'm doing this just for the sales team. I'm doing this just for sales team. I'm not doing this for no other reason. I'm not going to lie to you. And well, if it's all of y'all on the sales team with your revenue share, then it means you. Like it means you. This is everybody's on the sales team. So hold on, my bad, Deanna. It is 838. Okay. Hold on. Okay, 838-422. All right. Y'all don't know what that was. Okay, you need to do it again?
Yeah, I'll wait till we finish.
No, send it to me now. Send it to me now. I'll just say it out loud. They don't know what it is, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. The workshop. So what I've done is I've created 2 workshops. Workshop number 1 is something. I don't even know what the hell it is. I gotta look it up. Hold on. Okay, it is 454202.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for putting these in the chat, because I'm putting it in my notes app in a file that I have under density 6.
Okay, good. Good.
Oh, I
So
read that for my website. I figured that would be pretty similar to what Antonio has for his write-ups.
Pretty sure. Send it all to me in line up and I'll get it done. On December 2nd, my bad, January 2nd to February 9th, we would do a 6-week workshop. I don't even know what I called it. January 2nd to February 9th. It will cost $899. There's a 20% commission on it, plus your revenue share. We will cover structure. Don't worry about writing this down. Just know it. We will cover, she said ends on her birthday. We will cover structuring and crafting your writing, literary. I'm sorry, some of this stuff is Antonio talk. Up there, literary sync, ensuring that each word reflects your actual voice. Coke. We're going to teach you how to write a good book. There we go. Let's simplify that. Okay, because this is all nerd talk, and I want to skip the nerd talk. Teach you, I'm 100%, I'm going to teach people not only how to write a book, but also teach you elements of why I ghostwrite so well. And then that's the $899. There's another workshop higher than that. It has no date right now. It's 12 weeks. It costs $2,999. I have this written down word for word. This elite 12-week journey is crafted for the visionary writer, aimed at transcending the boundaries of conventional storytelling. Tailored for those poised to redefine genres, this program is a gateway in literary to immortality. Highlights are exactly whatever you think it is. Exactly whatever you think it is. I write screenplays, can go into one of y'all books over here. Use right for me, Grace. One of y'all.
Oh, sorry.
No, you good. One of y'all books, 2 books that I sent out got they hold biblical commentaries on stuff, because I didn't switch all over the place. It's because I understand writing, not because maybe I was gifted at writing, but it was really HBU did it to me. The master's level. You can't. My degrees are in writing, and you cannot leave Houston Christian University now without becoming a writer in my particular degrees. Those are 2 workshops. Those exist simply for, that's why they're 12 weeks. You sell them, y'all get money, but they also exist so I can get some details. I always like data on the back end. Pushing it out the way now. Here's the master thing. I have no idea what I'm charging for this just yet, but I know I'm giving it to Keycovers for free. I am going to do a 16-hour something master class on writing. Now it'd be like 10 minutes at a time, 7 minutes, 10, whatever. Everything that I've ever written about writing, and it's a lot. I'm not even sure if I can. Hold on. You're gonna lose me for a second. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir.
Probably not. My process.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah. It's I don't switch screens, and the thing can't do that. So I'm not even going to try to share my screen. Okay, I'm not even going to try to share my screen because that would be foolish. Give me a second because this is my last thing. No, craft. So when I started, I've been teaching Deanna this, so her book is going to be amazing. When I started writing, when I wanted to switch over to fiction, I understood two things that was going to kill me. Thing number one, I understood I was good at what I was doing. That was going to kill me. Because when you're good at something, you don't learn. I'll catch that later. Number two, I recognized, okay, I need to go learn this new way to write. So for 7 years, I just started practicing on how to write fiction. So I got this whole note called The Craft. I was going to share it, but I'm not going to be able to share it. Notes from Christopher Nolan, how I learned how to write. Masterclasses, this 106 ways to describe sounds, all sorts of stuff. 100%. One of the greatest things that I do is I'm a screenshot it, Grace. Say it on the screen. This is in fact, Grace, when you share it, read it. This is why my books are so good, because I have 2 ways of doing fight scenes. My favorite way, Phil, is this. Now, while Grace is sharing the screen, here's the applicable point here. As for the students to get to teach Jalen with whoever he is. We about to teach this. This is trading power. This is income before the income. This is just bonus money at this point. This is bonus money. This is to say, there's nothing to stop us to going, hey, Grace, Jalen, Antonio, sell 20 of these. It'll be Christmas bonuses for everybody. There's nothing to do that. Nothing's stopping us from doing that. It's a lot now, Grace.
Yes, sir. Deanna, could you make me co-host, please?
Did y'all hear what I said, though, man? There's nothing stopping us from having Christmas bonuses. The real vision I have, anyway, read it out loud. This is the Chinese fighting structure.
It says set, rise, twist, tie. Set. Who is the audience?
Yep.
How many opponents are there? What is the shape of the arena or the alley?
So when you write, you have to explain that set. That's the first thing you have to do. Then you got to do what? You got to set up the stake. Go ahead, Grace.
Set up of the stake. The higher the stake, the better the fight scene is.
So I can't just start fighting. I got to set the stakes. Go ahead, Grace. If the audience
knows the world is not going to end, then having the end of the world at stake means nothing.
Exactly.
Should a stake be sufficient?
Wait, let me explain what that means.
Okay.
If I destroy the world, you're not invested into that because the world was not in peril. But if the world is, now you're invested into it. So it doesn't matter how many graphics and green screens I do or whatever I describe. If you're not invested in the fight scene, there's no reason to fight. It's like a gratuitous sex scene, doesn't mean anything. Keep going, Grace.
Should a stake be sufficiently personal? It doesn't even need to be high.
Not high at all. Not high at all. Tell us about building a character's emotion and power.
Building a character's power or emotion is also an effective way to write a fight scene. As long as the fight scene seems personal to the hero and the audience, it will still be a satisfying fight.
All right, then stop right there. So set, rise, twist, tie, stop. So whenever I write a fight scene, it's in the Chinese writing structure. It's my favorite one to do. Because the fight scene is not a fight scene because it's a fight scene. It's a fight scene, Phil, that drives the plot forward. It is telling more about the story. That if I take that fight scene out, the whole book crumbles. That's how I write. So Kikafers Academy wants me 11, 12. Kiefer Academy wants me to teach their children how to write. I said, no problem. But if I do it, I'm going to do it my way. So I'm going to do a very comprehensive master class of not only writing, but how I go from one genre to another. It is absolutely insane that in a 90-day, no, in a 1-year period, that I put out United Cities of Celeria, post-apocalyptic thriller, Kofi Sa, a young adult fantasy, and then Re-Segregation, a civil rights book. That's insane from one author. That makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense.
What about those other books that because you sent me some?
I know. We ain't bringing up the other books. We ain't bringing up the other books. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna put a master class, and this is gonna be the only company that has it. Well, besides Kiefer Academy, they're gonna get it for free. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I just know it's gonna be a big draw to this company. Now, that I know, because when I went out there trying to figure this out, there was nobody out there teaching. Masterclass has, now they have Dan Brown, the author of Da Vinci Code, that turned into movies. And he does a great masterclass, a great one. It took me 7 years, I don't know, maybe 10,000 different resources. Because one of the main characters in your book should be your plot. Your plot should be as living and breathing as your book, as your main protagonist. Now, when we break all that down, when we do, and it's not going to take me long to record it, but when we do, that's going to be a draw. So don't sleep on us. Because there's going to, in a coaching division, that's going to be one of the main things. People going to come in and out, like Lisa Nichols saying how to speak right and all that stuff. That's what's going to be. So we're in this now. Let me give you some hard data points here. And I especially want to set up Phil and Susan's meeting with Jalen. If you know who you are, however you want to do that, of course, one of the best ways to know who you are on this planet is to go to Phil and Susan. They'll tell you. It's the truth. It's the truth. If you know who you are, how does that fit into my vision? Like that's what I want to leave you with. That's really all. This whole week was that. That's what it was for me. This whole week was, how do I get y'all to fit in my vision? I don't want you to think you need to fit in my vision. I don't want you to think that my vision is some sort of construct that isn't, that you need to fold to. It's more about date the methods, but marry the mission. So think of the vision as the mission. Marry that. But all the how and who, what, we can change that. We just dating that. We just courting. Y'all know, y'all got some old folk in your family. We just courting. Yeah, we just courting.
Grandma said coating. Grandma said coat.
Yeah, we just coat. We just coating the methods. That's all. So as you leave, Grace, I need 90 seconds. As you leave, ask yourself, how do you fit in this vision? And how much of your programming is determining how you fit in this vision? Because to work here at Density 6, you got to invent how you fit in this vision. Nobody should tell you that but you. I will adjust to your invention of you. That's the company I want to build, because that's the company I can sleep with. I can't sleep at night telling you this is the vision, do it. I can't sleep at night with that. I can absolutely sleep at night when you done did something. I go, oh Lord, I don't know if that's gonna work. Now let's find out. I'm fine with that. I want to sleep peacefully. Okay, go ahead, Susan.
Red leading with fun. affecting yours and others' behavior. Have you heard of that
Well,
book?
I hear it's coming out, and I did read it.
It has come out. It has come out.
Yes, it has come out. Sweet. Okay, then I'm gonna go buy it ASAP. Then I'm gonna go buy it ASAP. Deanna, Grace, others, however you find yourself in this company, it just needs to be from you. The vision is to become, the best way to simplify this, the next Apple. That is not what I say in my head. It's just what I translate in my head out loud to y'all. That's not what I think in my head. What's in my head is the vision is to create a company that creates a resource-based economy. That's the vision. But you can't do that as a mom and pop record store. You kind of got to have.
That attracted me to you from the very beginning.
There you go. There you go.
You know, and it's been, it's happening and going to be right on time when it's
Right
supposed
on
to.
time. Right on time when it's supposed to. Right on time when it's supposed to. Grace, I got like 30 seconds left. Y'all keep talking to Phil and Susan. If you've already talked to Phil and Susan, it's simple. They told you something. I'm telling you where we're going. You need to think of a vision as, so mission is what we're going to do. Vision is how we're going to get there. That's the difference between mission statement and vision statement. Mission is we are going to do this. Tech company. Simple. Vision. That's how we're going to get there, Grace. And that vision, a journey. If I'm telling Dion we're going to go to Spain, there are a million different decisions Dion must make without my permission or involvement that can only come from her for us to safely get to Spain. That's what I'm trying to communicate with Density 6. There are millions of decisions that each one of you have to make without consulting me, without running it by me, with your own confidence, and Lord, please, without your programming. Do that. And we won't just get there. When you have 25 people walking together, you push further. Back in the day, they used to call that horsepower. The more horses, the more power. We're trying to get there faster. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you Monday for Let's Study a Book. And Grace, as soon as this is over, find Phil and Susan links. Actually, Melissa, you got the links. Post them in lineup for us out there so we can all buy those books. Love everybody. You can't plan better. You can't dominate. Love
One
everybody.
minute. What links am I posting?
Phil and Susan books, or whatever book, whatever Susan said to post. Only what she say post. Okay, there you go. If they out, you say they out. Only what Susan say. Only what Susan. I don't mean to jump the gun, Susan, but I want to stimulate your economy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to stimulate your economy. Love everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.